con and work. Let me know when you're all line and lock normal, please.
Alright, we're clear to open hand thrown into the main line work industry between Rice Creek and North Pecan. We'll let you know when we're done. A767 out.
You do have room there at Rice Creek?
I don't think so. I'll let you know if I do.
Alright, understood.
C6 TG126 restricting south out.
Alright, here goes the problem child. Dragon equipment is what we found, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, this guy's got some interesting stuff, Wyatt. Should be cool to shift. He's got a little bit of everything.
Copy that.
So, I accidentally stopped recording.
I'd like to get about 15 guys on one time and just flip that terminal.
So what just happened is I stopped my train. We got hit by a defect detector. Dragon equipment, which you just saw me fix. So now we're gonna jump up in the cab and continue our journey in this lovely SD70 ACE. Why is... First of all, why is it showing 37?
Kilo 31 with the CSX 7371 on main line heading north here. It has an approach medium. 796.7.
I'm confused about this because, first of all, I have 37 on the equalizing reservoir and 36 on my brake pipe, and I am all released right
Ready
now.
to do a clear.
My flow is at 105 and my main is at 36.
Okay, get to bed. I'll catch you all later.
Hey, see you, Russ.
That makes no sense.
See ya. Later.
QO 70, hey, dispatch over.
170, go ahead.
Yeah, conductor found Dragon equipment. That's what got the defect detector to get us.
User disconnected from your channel.
Alright, you're gonna be good to go when you make the set off, or what's up?
Up here in the cab, my equalizing reservoir is at 35, brake pipe's at 34. Flow's at 103 and my main is at 35, and I am all released, so I'm not knowing what's going on right now.
Alright, we got some air problems. Let me know if this is related to our previous problem.
Yeah, I guess I should have told him before he walked back up here, so I'll tell him to get back down and go see what he can find.
Yeah, let me know if we need to maybe get them cars out of the train.
Yeah, that's Roger. We'll go take a look again.
Sounds good, thank you. Did you guys go into emergency, or you just got hit by the detector, right?
The first time we got thrown to emergency. This time we got hit, so I brought the train to a stop myself.
You placed the train into emergency?
No. I didn't go into emergency.
Okay.
First time he's saying it dumped him.
Yeah. First time it dumped me. This time I actually brought the train to a stop. I didn't throw it to emergency though.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. With your air problems, it sounded like you were in emergency.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, that's what it's set up like right now. Yeah. It shows my rear is at 89, so that's kind of freaky. I've never seen nothing like it.
All right, well, let me know what you find.
Alrighty. Holy smokes! Alright, let's get our asses right back out and see what the fuck. This has to be some type of air problem. I don't know if this is part of V3 and their new, shenanigans that they brought into the sim. If it is, man, they are really putting the real in realism, ladies and gentlemen.
46.
Oh, 46 Sanford, Jay.
Freaking smokes.
Where are you headed? The ramp?
To the ramp.
All right.
We should make it.
Roger.
Tags off. Holy moly donuts, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back. And go ahead for Q170.
How are we making out there?
Well, I placed my train to emergency, recovered, and it seems like that's doing the trick. Brake pipe is back up to 80, rear showing 89, flows under 60. I'm just waiting for my main to creep up a little bit. We're at 80 and climbing, so we're looking a little bit better now.
Alright, sounds like you got some air problems on that thing.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Sounds like it's gonna be a long trip over.
Who's calling for ATO?
Q648 here.
Go ahead, Q 648.
I'm sitting here on the north forwarding track number 9, ready to head for the Fitzgerald sub. Whenever you can take us.
Alright, tone up the dispatcher, see if you're ready for you and holler.
I already talked to him. I gave him my train stats and everything. He just told me to contact you.
Alright, okay to depart out of F9 towards T12 to A1 over.
What was that last track? I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay to depart out of F9 towards T12 and to the main on A1.
Roger. Okay to depart F9 over to T12 over the main one.
That is correct. Yeah, I have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Q648, I caught all that. Let's bring them up to Waycross for now. On my train sheet here, I don't have where you're headed towards. What's your destination?
Wow, that was crazy, gang. I mean, we're recovering though, so that's good.
Destination is Chicago.
Chicagoland. Y'all know about Chicagoland, gang.
Alright.
Alright, I like where we're headed now. Looks like we are good to go. I am going to do a class 3 just so I know that I got continuity throughout my whole entire train since I'm having air problem. Before we take off, I need to goddamn make sure we got a application of a brake application and a release. So I'll throw a 20-pound set on.
Alright.
Alright, we're showing 70, 70, and 70, so that's a good...
Yeah, I don't know where your train went. I can't find it on the...
That's
road
a
train.
good set, so I'm going to release. And we'll throw this into notch 2, so we can get our flow down quicker.
Did he move it to
Jesus
road train?
Christ. Our flow is at 150, bro. Oh my goodness. That's pretty freaking nuts.
Did you copy that Q648? Did you move your train over to road trains?
And why is your main going down?
What's
That's
that?
what I want to know.
On your train there, hit move to road trains
Oh my goodness.
in the OC.
Our flow is not moving at all, gang. Our
Track
brake-
91, 551, single track south, no defects. Clear 552, southbound.
North yet?
No sir, we was good to go. I did the class 3 to see if I had continuity throughout my train, and we are back at square one. Flow's just sitting at 150 and our main's going back down to 90. So I would assume that we're probably having some air issues with our lead locomotive would be my guess. Over.
Okay.
Track 91, clear at the triple nickel, southbound.
What's your head end milepost there, Q170?
1 second.
Okay.
Jay.
Kelly Yard switcher ready to go back north into the Kelly Yard here at South and Double. We don't need that light anymore at South Orlando over.
Alright, light coming down, South Orlando, and signal indication back in towards Cayley Yard.
That signal coming down, South Orlando, signal indication, Kelly Yard, or South and Double here.
Jay, dispatcher Q170, what all do you have for power?
We're at milepost 775.0, and our leader, we got a ace, and we have a -9, and our DPUs is both Devos.
Z908 restricting South and Double tread northbound.
Checked all the MU cables and all the good shenanigans. It's all hooked up together, so I wouldn't think that would be a problem.
Put your train in emergency and then get the airbag.
I've already done that, good sir. I did that and it worked, and then I did a class 3 to make sure that I was good to go, and I'm back here at square one. So I would assume it's probably this lead locomotive if I had to guess.
Jay, dispatcher, Rand's Yard there. Hello, Chris, are you still working Rand's? Alright, so do you think you're going to be able to get this to move, or you think we need to try another course of action here?
Well, if I go into emergency again, I'm pretty sure everything is going to come back up. I just probably won't do a class 3 and just go and hope for the best.
Well, I mean, we got to do what you got to do.
We
you want to try it and do all the tests you need to do. We can work around whatever you got to do, but just let me know.
Well, I'll dump it, recover, and we'll just skip the class 3. Just don't let FRA know.
Well, I mean, we gotta make sure you got air all the way through the train. Make sure everything's working properly.
All right, I just dumped her. We'll recover. We'll try it again for the second time. See what happens.
All right. If not, I would say second thing. Let's try close everything off to that first engine. Maybe if we can get it cut away and moving.
Yep. That's what I was thinking.
We'll take it up to Sanford, drop it off, and come back. We'll just run with one engine.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, if that's the problem, I think that's our next best course of action.
All right, I'm pretty sure you probably got some traffic coming towards us, headed south.
No, you're good coming south. I got two behind you though that's creeping up on you.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
Is anybody calling dispatcher there? JT dispatcher Y299. You still using the fleeter there out of the yard?
Yeah, Q170 dispatch over.
Good, 170.
Yeah, is there a place up there in Sanford Yard where we can spin power? Because all of our power is south facers.
Let me see.
Boswick.
You said Boswick?
There's a balloon truck there.
Where is Boswick?
I don't know why, actually.
Alright, let's see.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you, Andrew.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, let's try this for the second time, gang. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous, man. I'm probably have to put this up before part 1. Oh my goodness. Our flow's not going nowhere. That's the thing. That's what's scaring me. Our flow is not dropping.
J dispatcher Q170. Your second engine, is it good as a leader?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can make that a leader. But like I said, we're gonna have to flip it around because it's a south facer.
All right, I talked to the chief here. He said if it is a good leader, we're gonna take it longwood forward.
All right, that is a Roger.
Oof.
Yeah, Roger.
Do you see what I'm saying?
This is PSR, boys. We don't have time for spinning power.
About right. Ponzi scheme railroading.
Doing 70 going backwards. That's pretty fun.
Be like the old Southern.
BSF 8207 calling at dispatcher, over.
8207, good.
Yes, a defect.
Hey, there goes our flow going down. There we go.
519 here.
Our main is still down in the shitter though. Oh my gosh. Our main is not doing
All right,
a damn
give me a
thing.
reminder here. What's your train symbol?
Let's go ahead and knock this one and get it down.
G126, over.
Oh, we already at 60. That's good.
All right, checking the train out.
Our main is not doing too good there. It's just sitting at 95. Let me see if it
I thought
creeps
you
up.
guys were stopping there South Waycross. Check that out.
Okay, it is creeping up, 96. So we'll get back with y'all, gang. It looks like it's just taking a day.
We were,
forever.
but
Alright. Let's try this out, gang. One last time. We're going to do a class 3. And we'll see what happens. Alright. Let's set a 20-pound reduction. Brake pipe is dropped.
J dispatcher Q046.
You have 46 answering you, J.A.
All right, Q170 out in front of you is having some problems. Q452 is going to be stopped in front of you there at Longwood.
Yeah.
You might want to find a spot to park it without blocking anything.
Yeah, put my feet up, roger that. You're gonna put me in Longwood, or you're gonna put him in Longwood?
I was trying to keep anybody from going in the siding.
Alright, cool.
I don't know
I'll
if
stop
you'll
short
fit
of the
in
dump track.
Longwood.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just hold up somewhere south of Longwood there without blocking anything.
Alright.
Yep, our main is going down. Our flow is not doing a damn thing. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. So this unit is definitely just broke to shit. So we're gonna do this. We're going to take this off first. Is what we're gonna do. We are going to isolate, and we're gonna cut the angle cock, close and close, and we're gonna test this bad boy out, making our leader, see what happens. All right, gotta see what the hell's going on with this gauge. So we are at 70 something. We're dropping down. Yes, sirski. Which I don't have nothing set, so let's dump her. Let's dump her. Let's dump her. Let's dump her.
I have the signal indication on the Nickel Street to Nickel Street, but the switch wasn't aligned.
Uh-oh. Oh boy. My man's ran through a switch. That's what it sounds like. Alright, we got a flasher. I'm guessing that's telling us that we're good to go.
I'm gonna walk
That's
back
actually
and
pretty
try to
cool.
figure out where it was.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me know what you find.
Alright, that did recover us, so good, lovely. Our CFM is back at the whopping 150.
A768 to that dispatch over.
Let's go into notch 2, see if we can bring that flow down.
A768 to that dispatch over.
Go ahead, A768.
Hey, I'd like to leave Rice Yard,
Main is
see
not
all the way to
moving.
Homestead, and get permission to operate the handheld switch at Ace Pool Industry.
Oh my gosh, our flow is actually going down. It might actually be our fucking lead locomotive. Matter of fact, let me get out real quick.
Alright, is that off the siding at Homestead?
Holy
No,
fuck balls.
that's,
Let me see
a nail
something.
before the
No, it says
the signal
everything's
at Homestead.
okay. Okay.
Okay, where are you coming out of the yard?
Blase. I could have
Come
sworn
out of L9.
I could have sworn to put you at isolate, brother. I don't know how the fuck you started revving up. Check the damn angle cock, because I could have sworn I closed them. Closed. And closed, yeah. You need to be isolated, sir. And you need to stay isolated. Thank you.
So you're coming off of
Wow,
A3.
ladies and gentlemen.
That is correct. I can come off A3 or A4, whichever one does.
Wow.
Yeah, come up A3.
Our flow
to
is really
Waycross
going
there,
down.
and,
Oh my goodness me.
We got a lot of traffic out there. We'll try to get you up there.
Alright, A3. Here we go.
Do you need to go any further north than that, or is that's the only work you have?
Wow. So our leader was the problem. Wow. Let's call up dispatch. Q170. Hey, dispatch over.
Q170.
Yeah, I think I found the problem. It was our lead locomotive that's having some issues. I'm in this second locomotive and did all the tests we needed to do to get up on out of here, and it worked. So our leader was the problem.
Alright, so we want to get that cut away and run it up to Sanford?
Yeah, that will be the game plan there. Over. Yeah, I isolated that unit, cut the angle cock, and tested this train out without it, and it worked.
Equipment defect detector milepost 776.1.
Yeah, I'd say that's our best bet. Take that up to Sanford there. We'll have a cab bring you back to your train, and we'll start north.
Alright, is there a preference track you want this thrown in?
Just somewhere in the yard there. Get it off to the siding and get it somewhere in the yard.
Alright, I will jump off here, go back up there, and I'll let you know when I'm ready to head up there. Wow.
You're past the Evergreen Sweeteners, correct?
Say that again.
You're past Evergreen Sweeteners there?
No, I'm in the middle of the fields right now. I think that's probably just ahead of us.
Yeah, I'm not sure what milepost that switch is. Wonder if we can dump that off in there.
Yeah, I didn't pass any switches, so whatever you're talking about, probably. Because I'm in the middle of the jungle right now.
Yeah, Andrew, he just passed the DD at Longwood. He's nowhere near Sanford just yet.
How far is Evergreen Sweeteners past Sanford?
Mile.
Yeah, literally just south of Sanford, not even a mile.
So we might as well just take it into the yard then.
Yeah.
Alright, 170, let's do that. Get your leader cut away. And if we're able to move it, we'll take it up to Sanford.
Okay, that's Roger. We'll cut away light power and head to Sanford Yard. Over.
Yeah, let me know if that's not going to work, because we're going to have to get another engine out to you.
Alright, yep, I'll let you know if I'll be able to move or not. get that off.
Does anybody know, is there power at Sanford we could possibly steal for this?
There's a local power, but that's about it.
That'd be good enough just to pull this lead locomotive away, because I had it isolated.
Yeah, I mean, can you move it on its own?
I'm about to find out right now.
If we can, Andrew, I could grab 780 and highball down there and get him.
Yeah, we might have to do that.
I'll let Christian know, that way he is informed of why the power was moved.
Is there any, is there a stone train or anything down there we can steal the power off of?
There is the 950 job. We could probably
Okay,
see if
we
we
can
could
move.
steal. Let me double check with Sanford. Hold on.
Hey, Q170 dispatch.
Good.
Yeah, we can move our own power over.
Alright, let's start up north there. In for the siding at Sanford. And let's get that stuck in the yard somewhere.
Alright, that's a roger. We'll head north to Sanford over.
Alright, okay, open up on arrival there, same for the siding. Let me know when you're lining off normal, please.
That's a roger. Okay to open up there at the Sanford siding. We'll let you know we're lining light back for the main there. Over.
Thank you, Jay.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Oh, let me cut out the DP. That's what it is. Let me cut out the DP. Holy moly.
Which way do we run the northbound
My
trains at Moncrief? Do they go towards
like, what the
White House?
Yeah, they
get
go
out
towards
that
White House
DP,
by
goddamn. Alright, let's try this again. Actually, I think I'm good to go. I don't know how, because we just got dragged. So let's see if we can pull it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Let's put a brake on. I don't know if I can put a brake on that or not.
Q648 on dispatch over.
That's fine.
Q648.
Hey, I just walked my whole train. There was nothing, no air disconnected.
All right, here we go.
Or anything. I'm gonna try to get my air back. And
This is ridiculous, gang. Oh my gosh.
Past the switch, so I can get a line for Nichols Street.
Unfreaking believable.
Alright, if you want, we can just take you straight ahead there. We'll just go up Plant Avenue and go that way.
I need some fresh air. Open the window.
You want to shove back?
Open the gosh darn window. I need some fresh air.
I'm working on getting my air back.
Yeah, let me know if you have any problems.
Alright, thank you.
I need some fresh air after all this. Oh my gosh. This is actually pretty cool. I ain't gonna cap, right? I don't think they had scenarios like this in V3. I could be wrong though.
Is the 648 there good, Andrew?
What's that?
That 648, was he good there?
He's checking out his air. He gets that all straightened out, it should be.
Detector milepost 776.1. No
Track 91
defect.
clear.
Repeat, no defect. Total axle 294. End of transmission. DSX. Equipment defect detector.
Jesus.
Davis Con Q64831.
6.1.
648.
Yeah, how's your train looking there?
Hey,
Yeah,
approach.
I'm trying to get my air back, but other than that, I think I'm good.
Okay, about that. I don't know if it's just me or not, but I keep seeing your whole train just bouncing back and forth like a ping pong.
I'll look at it. Nothing was rocking when I was walking the train, but I'll double check.
I cannot believe this really happened, gang. My goodness. I thought we was gonna have a nice good old trip. Apparently not.
J dispatcher, PO91.
91 over.
Looks like a straight shot into Jacksonville. How far are you planning on going south?
Probably all the way over.
Alright, sounds good.
Roger.
Track two there at Jacksonville.
Straight shot to the Ville. Here we go.
Dispatcher QO46.
46 anything the other day.
Are you stopped or are you still moving?
I'm stopped.
Alright, do you want to take them up to Longwood?
Sure.
Alright. Okay, advance the signal there. We'll take them up to Longwood on the main. We get 170 straight back. We'll go north.
Alright, to follow the 7 north. Here we go.
Alright, we got a restricting up here. Q170, lead locomotive, UP8348, got a restricting, South Sanford, single main, northbound.
Tip jar, do you mind running Longwood forward or do you want to spin it somewhere?
Whatever you want us to do there, boss man.
Let me see if I can come up with a plan here.
Yeah, if you have the time, allows you, we would like to spin our power, but if not, we will be fine running along hood forward.
I completely understand. I will try to make that happen.
That's a roger. We are passing this signal at restricted speed here, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently I need to be at 15 though.
A768 to that dispatch over.
A768.
It made it to the light at wait crosses. Waiting on the light.
Alright, let me get some trains off with the Jessup sub there and get you moving.
Alright. CSX 5279.
Amtrak 91, approach medium 595 southbound.
Q648 calling dispatch over.
U648, go ahead.
Alright, I got my air back and the flow's back down.
Look how we rocking back and forth.
I'm
I
ready
like
to
that.
head north whenever you can.
I know I like that, man.
Alright, you're ready to go. Everything checked out. So
Yeah.
Just we get everything clear there. I'll get you going towards Fitzgerald sub.
Alright, Roger. I got my air back, so I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright, sounds good.
Hey, Andrew, we dropped down one.
Yeah.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Jesus.
Welcome back, Matthew.
Hello. Might want to sit down, Mike.
What's that?
You might want to sit down if you're not already.
Oh, I am.
There's Dr. Pepper in this cab tonight.
Nice.
Very nice.
No root beer?
Nope.
Look at us all on our lonesome.
Haven't had root beer in a long time.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Sarsaparilla.
Since my elementary days.
And track 91, medium clear birch, or
User joined
south.
your channel. User joined your channel.
That A and W.
What does the K950 do?
It's the rock job that I'm sorry, it sets off rock cars per kiliyard. That's what I was doing there, and then sets the remaining cars at Sanford.
Rock hoppers.
Then they'll become a
Yeah.
K951, pick up the empties, and head south to Miami.
Look how we're rocking. Oh my goodness. Well, we racked up 31 miles on this bad boy. Brand new, fresh out the shop, and she's already taking a shitter, so. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. EMD product. Even though this is my favorite locomotive out of all of them, it's the Ace, and I'm very disappointed right now. Oh, let's slow our asses down. No, we don't need to slow down. We are all lined up. Oh, we do need to stop at this next one, though. The next crossover, so we can go into the yard. Look how we're shaking. Oh my goodness. Me.
For shame. Wow.
The second last car passing the last switch in the yard.
Can't even get away with nothing anymore.
Oh, jeez.
I can't even drive a train each day without having something broken.
Would be realistic if something wasn't going wrong.
Yeah, tell me about it.
J Dispatcher A767.
A767. No, go ahead.
You're still working north end of Pecan, correct?
Yeah, I got one more spot I'm making now, and then I'll clear up the main for you.
Yeah, I got one coming north there in the Pecan. Needs to get by you.
Yeah, I should be out of here in 15 minutes or less.
Alright, sounds good.
Q648 calling dispatch over.
Q648.
Hey, am I taking this Nickel Street or am I taking Plan Ave?
No, we'll take you Plan Ave.
Alright,
Just give me a second here. We'll get you into Plan Ave.
No problem.
Here we go. We'll just put on an empty track down there. I won't put on no track where there's cars already. Why are we not moving? Oh. I know we're not moving because I have my independent brake on still. My gosh. I'm nervous. Oh, sure, it's taking a while to load up. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Q17.
Alright, come on, north end of 5. Tie that locomotive down.
North end of 5. Here we come. Over.
That's rough. Ranch yard.
Harrison, do we think, can we steal that north-facing engine off of the 950?
To be honest with you, Andrew, I don't think so, because they only have an SD for power left.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, other than that, I can't do anything for him.
Yeah, I wish there was something I could do for him, but I can't figure out another plan either. And there's no way to spin the power unless you go to the land. The land's the closest spot you can wire the power.
A766, Rand's yard crew.
Q170, go ahead over.
Just want to let you know we're going to try and sneak out of here in a minute. Now we talked to dispatch about getting out on the main.
Alright, go ahead. We'll be out your way just here in a second.
Sounds good.
I just gotta find out what track is goddamn track 5. It's West Taft. Where the hell is 5? That's Taft. That's Kelly. Alright, here it
Grand
is.
Yard 766.
A766.
Oh,
Yeah, we
fine,
got
right
it.
here it was.
We're on the north end, I believe. On 2, over.
I'm showing you got, yeah, north of the 2 there.
North end 2.
Alright, if you're ready to go, okay, out north of the 2, talking with the dispatcher on the J.
Roger, clear out north of 2 to dispatch.
That's correct, Rand's yard.
Q170, Rand's yard.
Rand's?
You want this on the north or south end?
Preferably the north end. That way, if 456 is coming north, you can just pick that motor up and take it away across Bishop.
Alright, that's Roger. We're heading down to the north end.
That's Roger, Rand's yard.
I figured he'll want that down there.
A766, JA.
A766, good.
Just want to let you guys know we're ready to come north out of Rand's yard. We're a couple customers tonight, ready for to give you a job briefing.
Alright, I'm looking at you here. Looks like you got Duke Energy and then Conrad Yellington, correct?
No, we got a JRC Transportation and Industrial Park.
User disconnected
Okay,
from the
I
channel.
see.
There he is down there.
Yeah, give me 1 second here.
Roger.
A768 back, if anybody was called.
Where are you going first there, 766?
Look here real quick. Let's start all the way up at JRC Transportation, over near Seville.
Yeah, I like that idea as well. Yeah, I'll get you a signal north out of Sanford.
Roger, looking for the signal indication on A766. Good leader unit for right now is CSXT 6452. Over.
6452, Roger.
We're 636 feet length, 1251 on the tons, not in load, 0 empties. Have plenty of fuel to get the job done.
Roger that, sounds good, thank you.
C6T G126 calling DSO.
Go ahead, over.
Yes, sir, we're clear of north end Race Pond signal, over.
Alright, signal coming up there in for the side.
Roger, thank you.
170 Rands.
170.
You want this power to be isolated, or you want us to turn it off all the way?
Isolate and shut it down.
Isolate, turn it down.
That's Roger.
Or shut it down. Holy fuck, I said turn it down. Oh my gosh.
And what was that? What was wrong with that motor tonight?
Air issues there, good sir.
That error issues, you got it written down on the sheet there.
I'll write that once I'm done with the controls here. I'll bad order it.
Roger that. Thank you, Grant. Zeroed out.
There's a bad order locomotive?
There's another Rand's yard?
Oh, I didn't know you were on here, Christian.
No, you're fine, dude. I left for like 5 minutes. Someone's already got the locals, and you're in the yard. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I figured. I didn't know if you were still here or not, so I took over.
No, you're good. I mean, there ain't really a whole lot to do. All the locals are built, and the tracks are ready for pickup. So.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask if I could steal the 780 power, but the 170 brought his locomotive up, so we're good now.
Christian, do you think we could steal the engine off of the 950?
Which engine?
Their north engine. 170's broke down on the main. He's got one engine on his head end facing south.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Do you need just the one engine? You can take them both. I could probably get something else from Taft.
No, we only need one.
Alright.
Gonna leave him one to work with.
Yeah, he can take that 5492. It's already running.
Alright, Harrison, make it happen.
Roger that. Rand's yard to 170.
170.
When you're done putting that dead engine on that 5-track, grab the CSX 5492. That's attached to the Conrail SD40 there. That'll be your recover engine to take it on your train back to the main node.
As a Roger, we're going to grab the CSXT 5492 5492 attached to that Conrail SD, and we'll attach that back to our train over.
That's Roger. It's on standby.
It's on 6-track. The easiest way for you to get that out of the yard would be to shove that train straight back into the 6 pocket, take the leader off, and go out that way. Go out the south end.
That is a Roger.
What was wrong with your leader?
Air issues. Air
issues. I feel like a train master right now.
Well, yeah.
Both of us, Chris?
Yeah, MTO Correa, over.
MTO Davis, over.
Our the flow was just sticking at 150, and our main just kept shooting down to like 29.
That's a new one. No unit alarms or anything like that?
What was that? Somebody walked on you.
No unit alarms or anything like that?
Nope. I dumped it, recovered it. Everything was beautiful. Did a class 3, and it went right back to being terrible.
Yeah, figures as much. Alright, I'll probably have someone take that, put it on 7-track. We'll mark it as a pickup for the next 456 to Waycross. I'll be unit only it.
Alright, I'm tagging it right now.
Alright. Yeah, just in the notes there, put B unit only.
That's Roger.
Let's expedite this move here, fellas.
Q648, dispatcher.
Q648.
My train went into the hole again.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm gonna take a look and see what it is.
Alrighty.
User joined your channel.
Starting to sound like the real CSX here.
Oh, you've been missing out here. We've been having fun for the last hour.
So was I, but I mean, holy cow. I come back to a railroad.
It's been something.
766 JA. A766 JA.
A766.
Let's see if
Signal
that
indication.
stayed up. Yes, it
Yes,
did.
sir, I'm sorry. Signal indication out of Rams there. Here we go north.
Alright, let's
Roger,
isolate.
signal indication out of Rands. Thank you much. A767.
Shut her down. Alright, there we go.
67 calling JA dispatcher.
767, go ahead.
All hands rose on the main line to lock for normal operation between Rice Creek and Pecan.
Alright, I like it. Everything line lock normal. Rice Creek.
Alright.
Thanks for your help.
Jot
Be
them
calling you here
down.
again shortly.
Let's ride this
Alright,
truck
you guys
back.
need back out.
Not immediately. I got a one switch to make here in the yard and then pick up some other cars going the other way.
Okay, I got at least 2 to get through there, and then you can get back out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, here we go.
Andrew, I'm gonna be spawning in supply trains. Can I start at the siding at White House?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, thank you.
Here we go. We are moving. My gosh, I didn't think we was gonna do a little bit of some yard work. It's supposed to be a road train, goddammit.
Q648 good.
I found a disconnected air hose. I put it back together. I'm just waiting to get my air back.
Alright, whenever you're ready there. Okay, north signal indication for Fitzgerald.
Roger, when they get the air back. Okay, signal indication north for Fitzgerald.
Look at the car. Oh my god, look at the cars, bro. That shit is clean, man. Look at the car. Yo, they a trip. Alright, let's get off. Just gotta shove these in the clear crossovers here. Man, that sounds beautiful. Oh my god. Why does
It's
this
funny, I heard that in Locomotive.
sound so good? Oh my gosh, lag.com.
Range yard K950, K950's power.
Is that for the 170?
Yeah, the 170 with the one with the K950 power.
Yeah, go ahead. Over.
Yeah, just let you know. Don't worry about shoving back too far. You're lined all the way out.
Alright, we are actually on the stop right now. We just cleared the crossovers.
That's right.
Alright, we'll cut away from this Conrail. Alrighty, let's isolate and shut you down, brother. And let's close this angle cock. And this one. And let's see if we can, yes we can. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got a North Facer. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy. I did not want to go back.
A766. Okay to work there between North and South Seville upon arrival. Let me know when you're ready to head
That's
back
quite the
south.
screech.
Roger, we got the clear to do our work there at Seville, and I'll get you contacted when we're ready to depart from there. Over.
Thank you, Jay out.
766 head.
Why is that not showing single?
A766 showing clear signal North Benson Junction, north on the main out.
We are still rolling, holy moly. Alright, let's go, gang. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Later, guys. Have fun.
See ya.
Later. Have a good one.
We're gonna have to change our symbol.
User disconnected from your channel.
We'll change it. What in the hell am I doing? There we go. Let's turn around so we can see what the hell we're doing. I'm animating that we're looking outside the window. Sticking her head out the window. This is some cool stuff, folks. Actually, let's contact that dispatch.
User disconnected from your channel.
KU-170 dispatch.
170, good.
Yes, sir. We are on the CSXT 5492 as our new leader. See when we get permission to open up those hand throw crossover switches, get onto the siding, and get that signal indication to tie back onto our train on the main out there. Over.
Yes, sir. Okay, open up, occupy the siding there, Sanford. Signal indication south, Sanford. Back south, and get tied back onto your train.
Alright, so Roger. Q170 has permission to open up the hand throw switches, occupy the siding, the signal indication, Sanford south, tie back onto our train. Is that all correct? Over.
Yes, sir. It's all correct.
All correct. Appreciate it. Q170 on it.
Q648, dispatcher.
Q648.
I got another disconnected hose. Driving me nuts.
Are we able to just have 7 that, or do you want to keep going?
I left 7 in, but I mean, I was in Knox 1 doing 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, it sounds like something's up with your train.
I'm watching it as it rolled by. I don't know. It's just bouncing back and forth when he pulling up.
Yeah, I know Garrison said something about it earlier.
Yeah, that's Roger.
Maybe if you, after you fix it, relinquish it and get back on it and see if that helped it.
Alright, Roger.
Ooh, I like the sound change. Okay. Very fancy.
No, it just tells me that I have disconnected ear hose.
Very fancy.
But I've walked that train I think 2 or 3 times.
I have no
already.
clue why I walked around that way like that. Oops.
Which car was your, what's the air hose that might be the same air hose? If it's towards the back, I see it right here already.
You found it?
No, I see you. I was asking which car it was. I was going to check it out, the rear, but you're right back here with me.
Yeah, it was somewhere toward, somewhere near the end. But I'm gonna try to relinquish it and take control of it again.
Yeah, do you walk on the engineer side? I'll walk on the conductor side and see if we can find it.
I don't know why I want to switch my light, man.
Because I know the game won't tell you if you have wheels on the ground. Like, you'll just be dragging it. The train will pull hard, but every time you go over a switch or a crossing, the hoses will catch and you'll go into emergency every time, so.
Yeah.
It did tell me earlier when I picked that switch and one of my trucks went on the ground. It did give me a message about it earlier.
Yeah, it should tell you when you derail.
Hey, you guys got 3-step, by the way.
Roger on 3-step.
Alright, here we go.
Hey, I think it's right here on the crossing.
Is he actually on the ground?
Well, it looks like it. Right at Plant Avenue.
I'm coming to check it out.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come. Where are you guys at?
Plant Avenue, teleport to me, Mark.
Is that what
I
happened?
disconnected quite a few times.
That's probably why it's probably been on the ground.
It could have been a string line too, pulling too hard on an angle or something maybe. Because
Yeah,
there's different ways to derail.
Mine
Yeah,
derailed there last night.
I was only in notch 1 doing 10. I hadn't even gone to notch 2.
That was the same situation I was in. I was going speed limit and just string lined.
That'll be why your train was so jerky though, is because you were dragging it on the ground since the yard.
Yeah, so you've been derailed, because it's been doing that since you was in the yard.
Alright, well, I got him back up. Let me see if, Hey, Harrison, you still walking it?
Yeah, keep going. I'm not seeing anything right now. Take
Alright,
it slow.
Roger, I'm gonna, drop the 3 and, take it ahead.
Yep, 3-step release.
Don't pull if he hasn't checked the rest of the train. You don't want to drag more cars if they're on the ground. Don't move until you know
Yeah,
that
that's
they're all on the rail.
Alright, Roger.
Because then you're just gonna go into emergency again, and then you might put more cars on the ground. So don't go nowhere until he knows.
Just by the MPs right where they are.
I think it just had to do with him by. Because what happens is when you lag out of the server, your train just comes to an abrupt stop. So he probably, when he lagged out, his head end ran in and boop.
Well, I never lagged out of the server. I never got out of it.
Alright, we got that approach.
How many loads do you have?
How many what?
Loads?
44.
What's your tonnage?
8242.
Okay, that's not heavy enough to, be too heavy on the rear.
Q170, hey dispatch over.
170, good.
Yes sir, you can show those hand throw crossover switches line like check normal position at this time over.
Alright, line them up, normal there. Sanford side.
That's all correct over.
And 648, I'm showing nothing on the ground back here. I'm back at the EOT. Should be fine over.
Alright, Roger.
And
Oof.
take it north, walking speed.
Roger, dropping the 3-step on the SQ80 141, taking it walking speed.
That's right.
Alright, here we go.
91A, approach 630.
Get out of that slow and pick up some speed here, huh?
Hey, Boydie.
What?
Hey, can I talk to you down Monterey Fair channel real quick, please?
User left your channel. User left your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
This is how it actually looks, y'all. Going back, you can't see shit because there's a damn radiator back here. There's somebody right here.
I'm over here listening to angry scratching music, Andrew. Heads banging in the cab.
Who is that just standing there?
Yeah, you're experiencing some real railroading down there.
I have no idea what you're talking about. If current company was not such as it is, I'd already left.
David, the key 648, you're moving on the rear here slowly.
Roger. Sound the move call.
I just see something crossing between his train wires.
Davis over.
Davis.
Exactly who he looks like.
He's had every dub on the road.
Yeah, really.
Or track supervisor Davis.
That's right, or MTO Davis.
MTO.
No, you don't get that quick a promotion, Harrison.
Yeah, I know, that's staff.
That'll be a while.
Nah, MTO, I don't want that job. That makes you no pay at all.
ladies and gentlemen, holy moly donuts.
I believe you should be good this time. I'm gonna go on this train. Go on this Chicago train.
Yeah, to the.
Yeah, I think you should be good this time because it's not bouncing back and forth. So I think it's been derailed. That's why the arrow is come out loose.
I appreciate the help.
No problem.
And track 91, restricting Jack Amtrak to Roger Jacksonville.
So
That's
keep
how-
it.
Get out my way. You hold the field.
What's that?
I'm just playing with you. I said it's time for you to get out my way. You're holding me up. I got planes to deliver.
So I guess keep that in mind. It won't tell you if you're on the ground.
Yeah, you'll just keep getting a disconnect the air hose.
Cross.
Yeah, take that out.
I'll go find a nice barbecue place here, tied out in Locomotive.
J dispatcher Q170.
170.
How close are we to time back on there?
Well, I say in about 2 minutes or so. We're almost there.
Alright, whenever you do get tied back on, can you switch your symbol, please?
Yes, sir, will do. Alright, that was a number plate, so we need to pass at restricted speed. Which we are not doing restricted speed at all.
A766 showing clear to Leon Springs, north on the main hill.
Barebacks.
Hey, Andy.
Yes, sir.
What's up with the 98 station? Did someone leave that, or is they going to come back for it?
It shows as a recrew. That was, I don't remember who it was. I didn't think we recrewed.
Alright, there goes that train.
Apparently.
Getting old now this time of night.
Alright, there goes the train, ladies and gentlemen.
648.
Roger, thank you.
Christian, how far off the road is the dispatching center in Jacksonville?
I have no idea. Obviously, it's not close to the railroad because they have no idea how it works down there.
Whoa! Far
Ouch.
enough that you can't hear the crying.
That's right.
We don't have to worry about cold and limited weather. It's just the summer and winter stuff they got to worry about. Rain or hurricanes. I would imagine that building's capable of withstanding that.
I know the South Coast Service Union, they dispatch center is Spring, Texas.
Where?
Spring, Texas.
Oh, Spring, Texas. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It's probably all the thing when that COVID, so.
Yeah, UP's Omaha, Nebraska, which is right smack in the middle of their system.
Yeah.
That's a tornado alley right there.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't work out there. I work in the South Coast Service Union.
Corn, and more corn.
You said all they got is corn out there?
Corn.
Stretch it.
We left Chicago on the Zephyr. We got to about 20-30 miles out, and corn, and more corn, all the way to Denver. Corn.
When you come to Louisiana, you're gonna see the sugar cane, most sugar cane.
Alright, that's a good stretch.
Yeah, I was reading a very interesting article on that Hershey traction railroad he had over there in Cuba for the sugar cane, and that was a neat operation.
Alright, we're in the middle of our class 3 air brake test right now. See if we could pray to God. Hopefully we get a clean continuity throughout our train here. So looks like that's a good set. We got 70, 70, and 70. So let's go ahead and kick that air off. See what we get.
Cornell, something. The CC plant.
Alright, yeah, I got you. Cornell King.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in business. 90, 89, 89. Flow is going down. Let's go ahead and put that into number 1. Our main is
All right, go to Cornell first.
130, 131.
Okay,
Flow is. We are good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that it really was our leader. That was.
Right, looking for signal indication.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen?
Hand throw switch.
Freaking believable.
That's right.
Let's change
I
this.
hate having COVID make me can't talk. All stopped up.
Let's close our window.
Dispatch, be out of the seat for a second.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. We are good to go. I'm pretty sure we got traffic held up. We'll start creeping up. I don't know if he lined us up or not, so we'll just creep a little bit. But we can at least start to get on the move, though.
Christian, RTX 3060, that's a pretty good card, isn't it?
All right, we have
Yeah.
Okay.
moving on the rear, so let's go ahead and notch her on up. We are moving beautifully. Yes, we are. I don't want to go too crazy. I guess you can call this delayed in a block, so we'll move at restricted speed.
Dispatcher Q 170.
Yes, sir. We are back on the move with the 170 over.
All right, on the move north. Signal indication at Sanford.
All right, signal indication. I'm guessing we're delayed in the block right now.
Yeah, if you weren't out of signal, yeah.
Okay, that's a Roger. Yeah, so I guess you can tell whoever's gonna pick that locomotive up that the air was definitely the problem of our cause there.
All right, sounds good.
All right, appreciate your help. Q170 out.
Yeah, thank you. J Dispatcher QO46.
QO46 answer me, Jay.
All right, everything's moving north here slowly, but here we go.
Roger, here we go. Follow the signals.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is railroad for you. I can tell you that much. Man, that's pretty wild, man. That's really happened to us. So the reason why we're going slow right now is because we don't know what that signal is up there, even though dispatch said signal indication. Now, the good thing about it is, even if it is red, we can still pass it because it's an intermediate signal, which means we could pass it at restricted speed. So that's the good thing about it. So until we see that signal in CTC, we have to proceed at restricted speed. If we see that signal is green when we come around this bend and the track is clear, we can go ahead and notch up and do track speed, which is 40 right here. So that's basically what delayed in a block is. If some of you folks out there do not know what that is and what that meant, that is, ladies and gentlemen. So we're just gonna creep and creep and creep around this corner until we see that signal, and we'll pop off and do what we need to do and take this train on. So here we go.
2, JT dispatcher.
JT dispatcher answering Q602.
Yeah, new crews on here at White House, ready to go toward the ramp. Bulletin 65881, over.
65881. It's good paperwork coming off the siding. White House signal indication.
We got it clear.
In for the ramp. Let me talk to the yard here.
776.
Okay, signal indication, White House off the side toward the ramp, and you'll talk to the yard.
Well, there's nobody working the yard, so you want to take a peek over there, see which way you need to go in?
Alright, here we go, gang.
Yeah.
I keep hitting the wrong shit.
I think I have the same graphics card you do.
Q170, lead locomotive CSXT 5492, got a clear signal. Distance, Sanford, single main, north out. Alright, here we go, gang. We can pop our shit off now. We can top it out for 40. I should have hit my doggone counter. Holy smokes.
This is gonna be it for me, fellas. I'll talk to you.
See you, Harrison.
See you later. Appreciate your help.
No problem, anytime.
User joined your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
Alright, we're not jading it. Gotta get up to track speed because there are folks behind us, probably folks in front of us.
766 with CSXT. 6452, short and clear at Pearson, north on the main, out.
And we gotta be down to 25.
Next is going to be the siding and bowling. To spawn in.
I'm liking how this engine is running, no cap. We are definitely doing the goddamn
Take a
boogie.
peek. Yeah, you're good.
Roger, thank you.
Q602, JT.
602.
We're going in for the west lead.
Big notification in for the west lead at lane.
Roger, here we go. That didn't take long. Okay, didn't even sit there 10 minutes. I like it.
It's one way to put it, I guess.
Q46 with the CSX 7371 has an approach on the main here in Longwood.
I see what you did there.
You did not.
Let's open up this window a little bit, huh? I mean, goodness. It's a new feature. Might as well open it up, huh? Get a little fresh air game. Sure, why not? Why not? Alright, we're in dynos. So we're slowing it down so we can get down to 25. Gosh darn it. I don't know if y'all noticing, but I've cut down on my cursing. I've offended a few people with my language. But fuck that, man. I'm a railroader. Hey, y'all talking about? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. That was a terrible horn sequence. Oh my gosh. That was terrible. Let's try it again. Alright, that was a good first one. That was okay, second one. Yep. Finish it. Ooh-wee, I'm a bad mother. Watch your mouth. Alright.
Andrew, I don't know if you want to talk to Wyatt and change that route at lane now.
Alright, let's get out of the dynos.
This is the 8768. I gotta
Maybe
get
I
a
shouldn't have
phone
came
call.
out of dynos.
So if you need to just write me on the.
Maybe I shouldn't have.
Alright, we'll do.
Let's see what our accelerometer does, because it's just all over the gosh darn place right now. What that is right there, that's them auto racks, gang. That's the auto racks with them cushion drawbars is slingshotting us all over the gosh darn place right now.
Yeah, he's on duty as the ramp yard master now, so I don't know if he wants to change it up or not.
Alright, we're coming back on Sanford Yard where
Hey Andrew,
we made
there
our
was
first
no,
journey.
Fitzgerald sub map, right? Uploaded.
No, there is. If you go to Waycross.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, it's telling me I can do 50 on my left shift end.
What the hell is virtual camera? That's what I want to know. It's showing up in OBS. I don't know what the hell
Most
that
of that
is.
rare is between 50 and 60.
Huh.
Alright, thanks.
Seems like I need to jump back into
User on your
dinos.
channel timed out.
Clear. Oh my gosh, yes, we
Lots of
definitely need
curves
to
that I can't wait for. It's not a very straight railroad. Undulation to mark.
Roger on the hills.
Roger on the hills.
And I want to see what you guys are going to do at the hall. I'd be curious.
JT dispatcher Q602.
602.
Yeah, still going in for the west lead there.
Wesley, Roger.
Anyone know if the fuses actually burn out after a certain time? That's nice.
They do when they're on the ground. I don't think they burn out when they're in a knuckle.
Alright, good. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have to come back here and pick them up.
Hold on, timeout. You could put the fusee in the knuckle.
Oh yeah, if it's nighttime, yeah, you can either put a marker or a fusee in it.
I'm done with this sim.
I didn't drop a fusee.
F6.
This is
Yeah, you
ridiculous.
can run them to a cross and you can drop fusees to protect it.
Oh
So I just
my
did.
gosh.
Andrew, go find a freight car to put it in.
Connor,
Yeah.
my fuses burned out a long time ago.
But
Chris,
Same as it ever was.
where did the AI spawn in at backspawn now? Do they spawn in on the siding?
I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at it
Yeah,
much.
I think it's always been that mark.
Chris, you're live. I got a question for you, brother.
Yes?
That P7X horn, what kind of horn is that?
It was a custom job made by somebody. Ed Kaspersky, I think was his name.
What locomotive does that go on?
Whatever you want it to. It's just kind of something. I like to use it for like short line stuff.
Okay.
But you can put it on whatever, you know.
Alright, we are passing through
I'll
the
take that train
yard.
as soon as it's on the.
If y'all remember, this is where we
Mark.
parked this train
Just gone.
with that Conrail down here.
There's not enough trains for these people. Appetite's ferocious.
I was literally been working Sanford all day. I need a road train.
That shit is funny, man. Ferocious, he says, ladies and
That
gentlemen.
dashed.
It is.
Oh, there it is. Coming now. There wasn't a marker on there before.
No, there wasn't. I put it on there and it didn't attach. And then I forgot about it. I'm Andrew.
3.
It's gonna be a northbound parade.
Yeah, there's a 6 northbound between Sanford and South End double track.
Alright, somebody run south.
Well, I'll be doing that here shortly.
You're gonna have one heck of a good time there, buddy.
Oh my.
Q602 Jack's ramp.
F40s. Not in my mind.
You're talking out loud there.
No, he's just talking to himself.
I might have hit the wrong button.
There goes our lovely engine.
Q602 Jack's ramp over.
Look at our beautiful engine that took a shit on us, ladies and gentlemen. How about it?
I don't show him on duty.
He messaged and said he was.
How about it?
Might have fallen asleep with the wheel.
Alrighty.
Computer screen's hard to stare at.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple minutes here, Christian, because this got 30 empties on the head end. Train maker openers, not nice. You need to fix that, because I can't send the train like that. You'll derail.
I think CSX's rules you can have 30 loads on or 30 empties on the head, and it just can't be followed by a block of 6 loads or more.
Well, that's the problem.
Oh boy.
And you're 13,000 tons, so if I send you out like that, you're gonna pull it over somewhere.
String line for the wind.
I don't know, I haven't derailed since V3 came out. We'll see how long I can hold that streak.
Well, you said it, now it's gonna happen.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, I'm doing that on purpose. I'm trying to tempt fate.
Q602 Jack's ramp.
Jack's ramp.
Starting in at lane.
Alright, what you got for me?
Looks like it's about 43 cars, roughly 3,500 feet, give or take.
Alright, you're coming in off the west lead. Come on down. Set them to RO2.
You said RO2?
That is correct, RO2. So bring them in. Come in down west lead to RO2.
Roger, west lead in for RO2.
That's correct. Double check your switches on the south end. Double checking some power over here on the north end of the yard.
Okay, double checking our route on the south end.
Clear. Why is my camera so fucking foggy looking? Jesus Christ. Alright, that looks much better. My camera was all foggy, gang.
J dispatcher A766.
A766.
When you head back into land there to work Industrial Park, are you gonna get the clear or you need to hold the main?
I'm probably gonna have to hold the main.
Alright, I understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna be probably a good mile past the siding, so yeah, I'll be on the main.
Alright, understood.
Alright, the dispatcher is 768, back.
Okay, thank you.
Such a nice young man.
User joined your channel.
You too, Jason.
That's not true. You know it's not true.
Hey, you didn't even really complain. You sat down there the whole time.
Part of the deal. I'm in good company. It makes a difference.
60. Let's rev it up, gang. Let's get the hell on. I never noticed those houses over there. Is that part of the new scenery? If it is, that's a nice little touch.
User in your channel timed out.
648, just back over.
I return our bell on over here just in case there's somebody over here working. You know, I'm pretty sure they can hear a loud motor coming by. Let's close that window. Oops.
It's on sitting on the main right now. Run around it, get hooked back up on the other end so we can head south for DIP over.
Alright, signal indication north. That's Seville there, and we'll get you around the train.
Roger, looking for signal indication at Northville, 766 out.
Amtrak 91 depart Jacksonville. Slow clear. Grand Junction, 2 station southbound.
All right, so we will be
Into the gauntlet.
we will be seeing that Amtrak train.
2 minutes late.
And we will be
Right on time, mister.
And we
You
will
said
be
8:30.
seeing that that
31.
local job right there that y'all
It's
just seen.
8:32 on my phone.
Ouch.
OC says on time departure.
All right. Amtrak
Roger.
Joe. I'll give it to you.
That's right. Just this once.
Somebody's got to make Amtrak look good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Since you departed late, they're out of the station. We might have to hold you at Yukon. That 1 minute cost you dearly.
91J, my road foreman says we left on time, over.
User disconnected from your channel.
What's the chief say? Scanner shows you out at 8:32.
I was on the pole at 31, over.
You have your people talk to my people.
Roger, I'll have Steve not give you guys a call.
There it is.
Bro.
We are good for the big 7-0, ladies and gentlemen, 70. So let's see if we can hit up to it. I mean, we are 2.5 on HBT, so I feel like we should get up there. We're going.
Amtrak 91, clear here, Moncrief. Approach medium, middle Moncrief, southbound.
Clear.
Q648, hold this number.
Q648.
I just knocked down the signal at South Bowl and am I good to delete it here or do you want me to clear the track there?
Yeah, wherever you need to, you can delete it.
Alright, and update it on OC.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, when you go to the end of the route, you don't have to announce to anybody that you're deleting it. You can just delete it.
Alright, thanks.
Here we go, signal indication south.
Signal indication.
Hey, we're in emergency here on the west lead.
Oh my.
What happened though?
Oh, bro. I don't know if something dragged on a switch back there or what. Just went home.
Damn. Everybody.
Now who's late?
Alright,
A766
somebody out here, click on you.
User disconnected from your channel.
Okay, Canuck's gonna walk back. He'll meet the carman back there.
A766J.
766 signal coming up to the side of here.
Roger, signal indication.
Yeah, a message came up saying air hose was dragging on the switch.
User joined your channel.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, I had no idea. I'm looking at a screenshot I took, and all of a sudden I just hear it go to emergency.
That's the kind of stuff that's going to make a big difference during a big session like we're doing now.
That's what happened to me earlier, Chris, and that's how I derailed. I see it. You missed it.
Who's calling dispatcher over?
A768.
Chris, come back to me.
A768, go ahead.
Yeah, looking at a red signal on your system off the end of Homestead.
CSX, equipment defect detector,
Alright, well, that's because you're not going.
755.4.
Communication coming up.
Yeah, right, thank you. See you next time. Here we go.
Hopefully we don't get popped by this goddamn defect detector gang.
Rebuild pressure, or
Well, let me get a picture of it since we're on the ground.
you're the second one for today. A767JA dispatcher.
A767.
Yeah, we're ready to come back out of the north end of Pecan, heading northbound. We got work at Lafarge.
Clear.
Alright, coming up of the yard at Pecan. You're okay to open up and head them north.
Okay, open up and enter the main, headed north. A767 out.
Now look, we got to be at 50 and
Are you
2
going to be able
miles.
to clear in Lafarge?
I bet you we're gonna start picking up and get to 70.
Probably gonna have to hold the main at 1,500 feet.
Alright.
CSX, equipment defect.
Chris, you got it
Track
right.
91, medium clear, medium free.
755.2. No defects.
Thank you.
Repeat, no defects.
Thank you.
Total axle 296. End
What
of
caused it to
transmission.
derail? I mean, was the car already on
That's
the
a good
ground?
axle
Was
count,
the
ladies and
air hose
gentlemen.
that
296. Here we go.
Maybe the air hose. Like I said, I had the same problem earlier with 027.
User in your channel timed out.
I got a message earlier. I picked a switch. That's what put one of the trucks on the ground.
I got that, Christian. Give me a sec.
Yep, no worries.
User left your channel.
Approach medium. Seminole connection to South Ave.
Alright, we're approaching the land, ladies and gentlemen. The land. And we're down at 50, almost-ish. So we'll come out these dynos. That's a beautiful timer right there. Let's get out the dynos now.
Wyatt, are you gonna come watch me, or just want me to put it back on?
Yeah, just put it back on. Down here working on some stuff.
Okay.
A766 JA.
He dropped down one.
Raj.
User joined your channel.
A766 JA.
A766, what's your leader?
New leader's gonna be SXT 6108, over.
Clear.
Clear of South Seville, over.
Alright, A766, CSXT 6108. Give permission by the stop signal. South end of Seville. Main 1, north direction, back to your train.
Roger, A766 with CSXT 6108. Okay, past the stop signal on the main north 1, hook up to our train over.
So Roger, route to double check to Neon.
Roger, here we go, 766.
Good for the 7. Here we go.
Q602, Jack's ramp.
Jack's ramp.
Okay, back on the rail, we're pumping it back up. Okay, north here and set this cut to RO2.
That's correct.
Garage.
$50.
Sir, down here at Conrad Elvington Taft, looking for a light out of the Conrad Elvington siding onto the main there for head route to back up against our train over.
User joined your channel.
Did you say you're going south or north?
Quick inspection on the new cars.
Here y'all go. Nice little roll by.
JAQ170, making them meet there at Barber.
Roger.
Was you talking to Q170 there, dispatch?
Yes, sir. Q170, you're making a meet there at Barber.
That's a Roger. Making a meet there at Barber. Are we taking the main or are we going in the hole?
No, you're holding.
Alright, that's a Roger. Here we go. Q170 out. Alright.
A766. Good brakes. We're on the way. A766 out.
You heard the man. We are meeting somebody at Barberville, ladies and gentlemen. So our first train meet out of, I think, 3, or I mean, this might, I don't know if this is the local or not that we're meeting right now.
You guys wouldn't know what to do without me.
Everything?
Everything. Everything, roger that.
We are so close to hitting 70. Oh my goodness, come on, baby. Yeah, I mean, I know she wants to. Come on now. Let's get it up to 70. Better stop playing around. Alright, we're climbing up slowly but surely, gang. We have 67. Our accelerometer is giving us some good news. We have a crossing. We got our alerter going off. We just got everything going for us.
User joined your channel.
Should I do it? Let's get something cooking.
Clear.
I think it's already cooking.
Dude. I was just gonna say that, but the more the merrier.
Always.
How the hell is our accelerometer saying we are going down? We are going down the hill.
The alerter would go off when I get up to get pizza.
User disconnected from your channel.
I totally feel you, Christian.
Alright, we should hit 70 now. Oh yeah.
If I remember right, isn't it if you're outside the cab view, the alerter's disabled? I'm pretty. I mean, remember it being like that in V2. If you were not inside the cab, the alerter will not time out on you.
Yeah, I would assume so because I just did a roll by. So
I'm sorry, Mike. I missed that signal. Should have said so.
It's all good. I figured you probably had a ton on your hands.
Don't pull them out of service.
ah, we almost reached 70. Oh,
Keeping the situational awareness skills up.
there it is.
Next thing you know, we'll pop around a corner and there'll be a banner there.
User left.
There, track 91, medium clear, St. John's. Give a shout out.
All right, I see a yellow over green. What the hell is that for our good old
Be glad I
CSX?
wasn't like Harry McIntosh calling you every 5 seconds.
Approach me.
He was at PAC one day, and he is just going on and on because I don't remember why he was stopped. And we got on the radio, and he hates when you make noise at him. And he gets on there and he goes, "Okay, Jackal."
Q170, lead locomotive CSXT 5492. Medium approach, distance Barville, single main north out.
He usually has Dale to calm him down anyway.
So, did not mean to throttle swipe. So, what that signal
Hey,
means
Dale, I
is
think
next
we're
one is
following a guy.
approach.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like from right
This
here.
dude acts like he's the only train on the railroad.
We'll go ahead and jump into those dynos. It looks like an approach to me. I'm not gonna zoom in because can't zoom in real life, so it looks like an approach though, gang. So we're gonna go ahead
Oh,
and jump to
Dalmaki's
these
served by
dynos.
the 780 now. That's cool. I didn't know that.
That's right.
We'll dim our lights.
They did that a while ago.
Yo, I haven't been over here in a while. I've been around on the West Coast.
That's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, it happens.
That's unfortunate. Barville. Yeah, it looks like an approach to me, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it does. Alright, so we'll call that one out. Q170, lead locomotive CSXT 5492, got an approach. Barville, single main, north out. Alrighty, we'll hit our counter once we pass this opposing signal.
2046 with the CSX 7371 has a clear main to main. Sanford 7638 out.
Alright, let's hit
Track
that
91 clear, McGurt's Creek south out.
Jack's right.
We're on the ground again.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It said it picked the switch.
I'm gonna call Trainmaster. He'll be out here shortly.
So if Mark gets all the defects, am I the one that derails all the time?
Yeah, you all right over there, Chris Boyd?
Oh!
Oh!
Yikes.
I felt that in my soul.
I could feel that dagger in the back from all the way here.
Oh my god.
Rip.
Who's on the LaForge job?
That would be me.
You could.
Chris, I want a
you
piss
could-
test.
You can put a guy in the rear and you can shove that back. It's not that far.
Let's get out of those dinos. We're creeping
Yeah,
down a little bit
I
too
probably
far.
could do that. Save a little time.
Or else do a flying switch with your second locomotive.
Easy, Casey Jones. We already had time to rail.
It's completely legal. There's nothing that says you can't separate two
Easy,
engines.
Casey Johns.
Can't do a flying switch.
Not a flying switch, excuse me. What's it called? What's it called when you use the locomotive to run around?
Flying switch.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. What's a flying what?
If you have two locomotives, put your slop on one side, pull clear of the switch, drop your other engine down, and then boom, you've got yourself a runaround.
Oh, okay.
Our instructor in Georgia, conductor school, he told us how to do a flying switch.
Wow.
He's like, I really shouldn't tell you guys how to do this because they'll fire you for it. But here's how you do a flying switch. Then he proceeded to tell us how to do it.
Oh, man, they never taught me that in school. I'll say, wasn't it real common way back when, wasn't it?
Hey, guys only lived to be 40 as well, Sam.
That too.
All right, we're all in the
smoke
clear.
2 packs of Pall Mall a day.
Pall Mall menthol shorts.
No, Pall Malls are filterless. They're just a straight cigarette. I'll spit that tobacco all over the ground.
User joined your channel.
401 train looks good, Mark. Hang it.
Yeah, you look good as well. Have a good one.
You too. 410.
Track 91, clear North Yukon, clear South Yukon. 6 tracks out.
4.6.
Figures there's that air-powered signal adjustment.
Q170, lead locomotive, CSXT 5492, got a stop signal indication, north end of Barberville, single main, north out. Ouch.
K750, J, switch over.
4.6.
No
defects.
Sir, we're all ready to roll out of here out of Conrad Tap. Oh, they might just got a signal from me.
That is that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had you lined up. I must have missed that first.
Roger, K750, yep.
Alright, there goes our boy. That's who we were waiting on. I guess this is a local job right there. Let's see if we could creep up. Because I don't want to stop. I should have been going slower. We're probably going to have to stop. I wanted to keep this bad boy going. I should have slow rolled it. Let's notch it out, see what happens. We might stall out. That's why I didn't want to go on idle. Yeah, we're dropping like a fly-ish. Ish. Alright, let's notch back up, notch 1. See, should be down there. Out of there. Alright, here he goes. Open that window. Hey, you look good there, boss man. You got a marker hanging and flashing.
Roger, thank you. Still checking you out. A766 out.
Alright, here we go. We got it clear. Alright, Q170, lead locomotive 5492. Got a clear signal indication, north end, Barberville, single main, north out. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Told y'all, slow roll it. We ain't got to stop this jump. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Here we go, notch 5. Let's jump back up to that good old 7.
768 to that dispatch number.
70.
A768.
Hey, got that switch line back from main line position. Need permission to go into the side that black shear and work the 2 plates over there. Over.
That was a good meet, actually. We didn't have to stop, bro. That was a good meet.
Into the siding at black shear. Alright.
A766Q170 UP8348. Train looks good and light on the rear is good. Over.
As a Roger, we're looking all good by you. Appreciate it. Y'all boys be safe.
Roger, have a safe trip. A766 out.
I tried to play that horse. He was off at the end. My thumb slipped off the horn button. Hopefully I didn't catch on to it.
Q410, NS 1099, all stopped. Dr. Town north out.
I gotta put this jacket on. It's about cold as fuck in here.
How do you get them an AEI reader? Is it on the OC?
CSX.
Should come up in your recent detector report, Jason.
734.6.
J dispatcher A768. Sorry, A760.
Who you calling dispatcher?
J dispatcher A760.
A766.
Alright, we just passed all by that defect detector. Let's see what my man says. We got an axle count of 296.
You need to add all the industries to the dispatcher screen. I just realized they don't have it on there.
734.6. No defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axle 296.
There we go.
Of transmission.
There we go. That's a good axle count, no defects. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Track 91, clear 663 south out.
Alright, coming down the mountain. Here we come. Alright, I'm not gonna do that again. That was pretty terrible. Not gonna lie, that was pretty terrible. But we are gaining speed, so that is a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. Our accelerometer is at 11.7. So hopefully we could reach up to 70. That would be fantastic because we have not done it yet. We got the 69.
766. Showing
Not
clear
70.
signal. De Leon Springs, south on the main out.
That sounded fancy. De Leon Springs. Sounds like a nice, lovely suburban community. Is what that sounded like. Clear down the mountain.
7JA.
767.
You can go ahead and drop that signal at Decoy for me. I'm gonna pull some cars here and then I'll clear up for that Amtrak here at Lafarge.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh, we're gonna hit 70.
Alright, understood. Signal coming down west of Boy. You're gonna get this.
Go ahead and notch out. There we go, 70, ladies and gentlemen. We hit it. Boom, bam, bada bing. We hit 70, hell, 71. All right, let's start notching down a little bit, huh? Yeah, let's notch 3 this bad boy. That's so exciting to hit.
Amtrak
Track
91
speed.
clear, south so light, single track southbound.
This is beautiful, gang. This is beautiful. Yes, it is. Oh yeah, we need to notch back up because we about to go up this hill. See if we can keep it. We'll run up this hill.
A766. Approach medium.
He slapped that keyboard.
Distant to the land, south on the main. Out.
Okay, dispatcher Q541.
I try to keep it. No, I try to keep it. We going down. It's all good. Because we're going to be going back down here
User joined your
again.
channel.
J dispatcher Q541.
This horn kind of sounds like it belongs on a Dash 9, not a Gevo, but you know, CSX be having some weird horns on certain locomotives here and there, so I feel like it's kind of appropriate. I feel like it's appropriate.
K75001, run W9694 north, approach medium south Orlando, out.
Track 91 clear, solo light southbound.
A768 dispatcher.
We're gonna have to clear up for that Amtrak, unfortunately.
I'll switch to the Black Shear line, the line for main.
We're gonna have to take the hole.
Side to side. You can get that 1-5 if you need to.
Alright, you're all in the clear there, Black Shear. Yeah, I'll try to get him some.
That is correct. I will need to open that in road switch to get back out with the cars.
What else could be open?
Alright, once he gets by you, you're looking for a run 8 Western 96.
Alright, we gotta be down to 50
You're okay to open up.
and 2.2 miles.
And occupy the main there to do your.
A766, medium approach, north to land. Main to siding. Out.
You copy that A76?
That's crazy. The planes that they had back here, they got back here.
Clear dispatcher A760. Q602 Jack's ramp.
Jackson ramp.
Hey, set out's complete. We're pumping them up now. We're ready to go.
Alright, when you're done, okay out. Wesley down to north end crossovers out towards NS crossing called dispatch for light.
Okay, Wesley, north crossovers to Duval Crossing. Thank you.
Track 91, clear, Green Cove Springs, south out.
Clear. That speed back up to 50. My gosh, my DPU is taking a sweet time to go up to notch 4. Here it goes.
Andrew, I gotta go down the nose for a couple.
Okay.
Sorry, dispatcher for Q541. Did you say A3 or J3?
On my screen, it calls it A2.
Oh, on the dispatch board. Okay.
You should be able to use that to get into the receiving yard. There's no yard master on it.
Yeah, no, sounds good. Thanks. Just making. I was looking at the map and it was showing like J2, J3, and there was no A2, A3, so I was just confused.
Yeah, I got you.
Jason, got a second?
Tons, 41, 45 on the feet. I got 3 of them. They're all good for power. Everything checks out.
Clear.
Yeah, north to Waycross. Alright, let me check some stuff out.
Y394 to the Q602 train good. Guilty on the marker. Guilty on the bottom.
Everything on rail?
Looks like it. I don't see anything crazy. Besides the cars rocking because of the yard.
Roger, alright. Thanks on the good roll by. Have a good night.
Alright, thank you. Have a safe trip to Waycross.
Q602 signal indication there north out.
Signal indication north out of the ramp.
Wait till I bump to zone 4. I'll take Harry's job when he retires.
Harry's never retiring.
He's gonna die at the seat.
Yeah, you'll get to Harrisburg and there'll be an ambulance there and they'll be pulling him out of the cab.
Yep, that sounds about right. Oh wow.
City dispatcher Q046.
User left your channel.
Alright, gang, I did switch it up so we can kind of get hopefully a little bit of a night run ish. It's a big ass hill we're going down. Holy moly. Donuts. Let's go ahead and start notching down there.
User joined your channel.
Matthew, why would you say such things? What? I was joking.
Hey Jason, you wanna?
I am on the pool.
What's that about these unless it clears?
It's okay.
767 JA all in the clear. Hand throw line lock for main line running.
Line lock normal PO 91. Here you go, son.
Roger, 91. Here we go. Amtrak 91.
Clear.
Clear. Southwest Decoy. Single track, south out.
J dispatcher Q170 into the hole at Satsu.
Going into the hole there for Q170. That's Raj. That's Satsu. Hey, you still there, dispatch?
Yes, sir. Good.
Is that on bulletin 52356 that stop and flag to protect there at St. John's Milepost A698.2? Is that still in effect though?
Seemed like it was working as intended.
Yeah, I don't have a date of how long that's been.
Oh, okay. Did you you want to ask that Amtrak crew, did they have to flag it?
The Amtrak crew, did you flag?
Yeah, we did, but it was still working as intended.
Alright.
So how does CSX treat that ass? Because I'm sure different railroads have their own thing about how to flag a crossing if it's still working or whatever.
Unless you have a maintainer that does their protected for it.
Milepost 711.9.
Alright, let's go ahead and notch out.
J dispatcher Q110, you can show that bulletin annulled.
There you go.
2129.
You cut out there, boss man.
Yeah, you can show that bulletin annulled at 2129 hours.
What's your initials there, good sir?
ACT.
Alright, you could show that bulletin with stop and flag protect. Note at 2129, 2129 hours, ACT, Conductor Myers, over.
Good readback. Thank you, JM.
Charles, Andrew?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Cool. No, I have a feeling it was Charles. Andrew Charles rolls off the tongue real well.
711.9. No defects.
Yeah.
Repeat, no defects.
I'm a
Total
lead type
axle
of guy.
2,
And
9,
my wife is a
6,
lead type of
end
girl.
of
Both have the
transmission.
same middle name.
Interesting.
So in that case, what's Chris's middle name then?
I don't know. I never heard him give his middle initial as a dispatcher.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
He's CRT.
Robert.
What?
You said CRT, right?
Yeah, it's my initials.
Robert. Is that your middle initial? Robert?
No.
Arnold?
No.
Radcliffe, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You got it. Yeah.
So it's Chris
It's not
Radcliffe
Radcliffe.
to Carson. Chris Radcliffe to Carson.
Raymond.
Actually, Raymond's a good guess.
Great.
Deborah.
A766 Q46. Train looks good. Markers flashing on the rear. Over.
Medium approach.
Yeah, Andrew, Paul's trying to get a hold of you in text chat.
Roger, your train looked good from what I can see. Have a safe trip.
Q170, lead locomotive CSXT 5492, got approach medium, south end, Satsuma, taking a hold. Oh.
Andrew, watch some of these AI spawns, like this coal train down here at Dinsmore, it's just light power.
Let's jump back to the throttles.
Some of them aren't actual
Let's
trains.
hit that counter so we know we're all in.
User joined your channel.
User joined your channel.
Alright.
There's Gibbsy.
Gibbs, there it is.
Track 91, clear, 688, southbound.
A766J.
Probably gonna have to give a roll by for this Amtrak crew.
looking for signal indication we can get it over.
Yes, sir. Signal indication. Okay to open up the land industrial park to your work. Let me know when you're on the move south.
Roger, signal indication. Permission given to open up the switches at DIP to do our work. We'll call you when we're done, over.
That's a Roger. Thank you, JF.
A77231 with the lead engine CSX 6464 JE, over.
Give me 1 second.
Ramus, that's it, isn't it, Chris?
Not quite.
Christopher Ramus Takarsik.
Like Harold?
Roger. Yeah, he's got to work out Corn Sweetener Place and then the Delmonica. I think that's what he has, Andrew.
I need to go down there and work.
There it is.
I need to go down and work. EVE was just south of Sanford, and then I have to work ABC, which is just south of Longwood, and then I need to go into the north end of
I
Double
gotta
Track
stop signaling up here,
and
folks.
work Del Monte, and then come shove back to Longwood, run around my train, work to there before I head back to the yard. Yeah, I need to open up, come out into the siding here at Sanford.
You can open up, come on to the siding. I have to make some room for you to go south.
Sorry, Paul, I didn't realize you were in here.
No, it's fine, Jason. Just trying to help.
We are all in, folks.
I do like to do that.
Track 91, 3rd Boswick south out.
Roberto. That's it, Chris.
Good roll by 91. Nope.
Sir, thank you.
Is it Ray?
Nope.
Chris, help us out. Is your full name Chris, or is it Christopher or something?
It's Christopher.
Is it Christopher Roy?
Nope.
Well, that's
He
what
might have said
Rabbit.
Robert,
Christopher Rabbit. Christopher Robbins. There it is. Robbins. It's Winnie the Pooh.
There he is.
Oh, wow.
It is not.
Oh.
Robert, yes.
7 JA.
Yeah, that was the first thing they said.
It's Rudolph.
A767, you're okay to open up there between Westicoy and Boswick. Are you ready to go backside?
No, I got probably about 30 minutes more work, but I do need the main line again for it.
Alright, okay to open up there and work. Let me...
Okay to open up, occupy the main for work. We'll let you know when we're done. A767 out.
A77231. Calling JEO.
Who's calling Jade?
Good evening. It's the A772. We're here in race L10 looking to start heading out. We got Bolton numbers 101.
Okay, stay.
Oh my, hello.
Chris, what are these reefers good for? 60?
I think so.
Okay.
Q170 lead locomotive CSXT 5492. We got all stop signal indication, Satsuma, and the whole. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Jade Traffic K750. We're gonna have to catch a pause there at Longwood. I gotta get a local out of Sanford.
We're probably gonna.
That's a Roger going in Longwood, holding for a local, over.
Yeah, I'll keep you on the main there, but just hold them up at Longwood.
Roger, holding the main at Longwood.
We'll probably be sitting here for like an hour waiting for that Amtrak. knows, but he's kind of far away a little bit, so we'll just be sitting here dicking a dog.
Okay, you said J2?
And
J1, coming out J1.
Putting our feet up. Look at our train. That's a nice, beautiful, colorful train, ain't it? That's why I like them UP and the model trains. CSX be having these.
You'll have to handle those
type of
remote
trains,
switches
too.
in there, because I'm not exactly sure which ones are what without being over.
Yeah, Raj.
It's all green and blue and white. navy
You are
blue.
going to Folkestone, correct?
Correct. I'm going to go into the easiest. We'll go into that little siding there right after Folkestone, run around our train, and then head to our work.
Alright, understood.
Birch, Matthew. Birch.
You see how long
I didn't know if
these
you could remember the name of it or not.
Is that Folkestone storage?
see how long these couplers are?
Yeah, I think Folkestone
That's where we get our
storage is
slack
empty. I
from.
think the best bet would just be run around there Yeah. and then do our work.
Well, Birch is where your work is. That's my point.
Yep, Roger, yeah, Birch.
That's where we get our slack from, gang, is these goddamn Autorex. These are all cushion
I was
draw
getting all
bars.
excited here. I was seeing clear signals, but I guess I was going too fast.
And for those of y'all who do not know, these Autorex cars carry vehicles.
I really like the traction motor sound. It sounds
Cars,
so
trucks,
good.
you name it. And these containers carry everything, like furniture,
Amtrak 91,
produce,
clear South McCann, single track south.
cars even. Just about anything you can imagine they put in these containers. You know, Amazon packages, UPS packages, FedEx, whatever. All of it goes in these containers right here, ladies and gentlemen. These are cars.
Nigel did the Dash 9. He did a good job. He did the Ace too.
And speaking of the Dash 9, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This, I don't know about y'all, but this looks very, very mighty delicious. Yes, it does. Can't wait for them to release the rest of them. Like I said, I don't know what the hell's going on with the trucks here. Like, these are the brand new ones.
Run W 9694
These
north.
are the old ones.
Perch medium, Almonte out.
I don't know, but yeah, man.
What the heck is a middle name that starts with R and goes with Christopher?
Are we still trying to figure that out?
Guess
How did this whole conversation come up?
Oh, I talked
Ralph.
to Andrews. I guessed Andrew's middle name and I got it the first time.
Why? Just was trying to get rid of it.
He called me for headroom at Lane. He's still got the signal. I don't know what he's doing with.
It was an
Yeah, it
Amtrak
says,
friend.
Wired lost control of it.
Track 91, clear. North Satsuma, south out.
Q602, EP8673, clear South Hilliard to northbound. Hello, bye.
Roll by Mr. Amtrak. You got a headlight on the rear. Have a good one.
Roger, still looking at you.
Raj. Alrighty. Let's jump back in this cab. Let's see what the hell this signal is called. This signal is a... Let me move this... A medium approach again. Alright. Oh! Never mind. Medium clear. Here we go. Medium clear. Medium clear.
Hey, Q170.
Go ahead, over.
Yeah, about 10 cars back from your, 10 cars from your hind end. Something didn't look right.
Alrighty, we will jump out and go take a look at that. Appreciate it.
Roger.
Holy moly.
Quiet.
You haven't had enough fun yet today.
No, no, I
This
haven't.
is just not it for you.
Yeah, he's having
No,
a
it's
day. Huh.
Q170, dispatch over.
I copied all that. Let me know what you find.
Okay, yeah, Roger.
Track 91, clear south Satsuma, single track south out.
Holy moly, donuts, folks.
Quiet. It's just not your day today, is it?
Nope.
Hey, A767 JA.
A767, go ahead over.
We got a clear signal northward zones. Single to main.
There goes our problem child.
What'd you
again.
say, Paul?
This is our third time getting.
How's that sent wide Facebook
Dragging
message? Since he gets here.
There it is.
You got
I can go in and kick him off of it.
Yeah. You got just about every logo out there that works between Jacksonville and Orlando there, which doesn't help, Andrew.
Yeah, it's a lot to work around. Is there any other trains he can grab?
You see if there's one available out of Bowling.
Oh, wait a minute. So does he want to take the 045 White? Was wanting to relinquish it, right?
Yeah,
Was
I
wanting somebody to take
think
it,
so. You
right?
want to just kick him, Paul?
Yeah, I'm just going to knock him off of it.
Dispatcher Q551 on the Thomasville sub.
Q551, go ahead.
Permission to enter the mainline track and proceed into Waycross, over.
Yes, sir. Signal indication in for the West Freight lead.
Signal indication for the West Freight lead. Yeah, I'm gonna try and take it in T10, R13, and then somewhere in the receiving yard. We're 8,400 feet, so.
Alright, understood. There's nothing going on down there, so.
Chris, if he's coming in from Thomasville, would he already have his Form D, or would Andrew have to give him one?
You probably already have it technically.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Track 91A, approach North Huntington, southbound.
Q170, JE dispatch over.
Q170, go ahead.
Yeah, conductor found the dragging equipment back there again. So, good thing no man truck boys found it before we hit a defect detector again. Over.
Alright, you ready to go?
Yes, sir. We're ready.
Alright, signal indication up to Sanford.
Alright, roger that. Signal indication out the hole to Pecan for now. Over.
I'll tell you what, we'll get you up to Boswick. Up to Boswick.
Alright, up to Boswick for now. Appreciate it. Q170 out.
A722, clear signal south. Ranza, main tracks to single track south out.
Q170, Lee Locomotive, CSXT 5492, medium clear, Satsuma, sighting to the main, north out. My goodness, folks.
91 signal indication south, waiting for one to get in the hole at Seville, and then we'll keep.
Alright, Roger. Continuing south and figure on waiting on one at Seville.
Yeah, he's on the approach. He might get in.
Alright, Roger.
This is our third time getting stopped here today, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I'm going to throw the first video out.
This is a lot hillier than people realize, this section here.
The whole route's that way.
Yeah, ups and downs.
I think they've been changed a little as well.
Better, you're saying, Paul.
Yeah, they've been changed to the bad. Well, I mean, a little more realistic. Jason was telling me the other day he got his hands on a copy of the profile, so that way he can make the grades realistic.
Nice.
I don't know if he done, how much he done, but yeah.
Well, I know he said there's going to be one more update for scenery before the fits even comes out, so that's got to be almost done.
A766 showing a stop.
South
That must have been after I left Paul.
What was the problem?
It wasn't like it was during the day yesterday. I mean, I asked it to go to follow a train. The train wasn't even in the block ahead of me. I asked it to go, it wouldn't let me, and then I don't know. I asked about 6 different times, and I don't know.
What do you think of those smart comments he checked?
Well, yeah,
Paul, I actually got you speechless. That's good.
You know what? I noticed that in single player, it does say some smart things to you.
Oh, it was mad in here yesterday.
I got Paul over there stumbling and stopping because he's so pissed off at the script.
Well, I asked it 6 times if I could go, and it kept telling me no, and it kept telling me it heard me the first time, and yada yada yada. And I'm like, but there's nothing in front of me. Let me go.
On SoCal, I actually got him to say, "Oh no, not you again."
My favorite was, hey, your train has brakes, right? Use them.
Yeah. Well, I like the ones like if I run this, it's like, oh, all hail mighty Amtrak, call greens for you, or something like that.
Alright,
Track
we're going for the 60.
North Seville, South F.
Here we go.
Q602, UP 8673, approach medium St. Mary's to north of.
Track 91 upgrade clear, North Seville, South F.
J dispatcher PO 91 into the siding there at the land until I can get you into your station stop.
In the siding at the land, roger.
Voidy ain't even here. Good
Yeah,
night.
it's been quite the day. Tip jar's really getting hammered.
You know, I feel like I'm Mark Jr. because it happens all the time to me when I get on.
In real life or on the game?
Both. It just happened yesterday.
I knew that's what you were gonna say. I'm like, he's gonna tell me he gets defects in real life too.
Man, I showed Kyler a video yesterday of it. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. Chris had a bunch of stuff earlier, so he's the second coming of Mark Floyd.
I've been on the ground twice.
Well, I've been stopped 3 times.
Yeah, but you've been holding up pretty well. You haven't turned from tip jar to swear jar yet.
I like that.
That was actually, Christian, that was done very well right there.
Swear jar effect.
Hey man, I was just excited.
Amtrak 91 clear 729 south out.
Mike's trying to not laugh as he's calling his signal.
Would be the first time.
Alright boys, I'm gonna have to hop off here, so let me give a rundown to everybody what's going on. The 766 in at Benson Junction, you're waiting for one more to go by, then you can sneak into the yard there. K750 down at Longwood. Once the A780 gets into Longwood siding, you can start north. Who's next? Jason, you're following along there, but there's a local out at West Decoy. 170 should be able to get by him, but you're going to have to fight with him.
Alright.
Mike, you got to go into the siding of the land and get 3 AI trains by you before you can get south.
Oh
and then you're going to have to meet the 750 somewhere.
Oh my.
They're all stacked up against each other though, Mike. Alright. There's 2 automatics there. I looked. They're stacked right up against each other, Andrew.
The A767, when you get run around there, you might want to get back in the siding and let some of this get by you before you start back south.
Yeah, I was gonna let at least the 170 get by.
Yeah, that would probably be best. Who else is out there?
Well, that's if we can get to
2045 coming out of the ramp there. You're good all the way up to St. John's, but there is some traffic coming, so you might want to keep an eye on that. Q602, you're good up to Hague for now. You got a local coming south. That local, the A772, you're good to get out and do all your work that you need to do. There's nothing in your way.
I
got that. The A768 up on a Jessup. You're okay to do whatever you want to do. You got nobody in your...
Clear at Palaco.
So I'll leave you guys to fend for yourselves. I gotta hop off here.
Hey, nice job, Andrew.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye. See you guys later. Good running, fellas.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Yes.
User disconnected from your channel.
I don't have fun too much often, guys, but I'm having fun.
I'm having a blast too. Even though I've mostly been sitting here.
If I was having any more fun, I'd be at a carnival.
There it is.
Keep asking them to let me off this ride, Mike, but they never listen to me.
Roger.
Q602, PA 673, approach Homeland to north of.
Q045, 9656 clear, lane, sorry, slow approach, lane, southbound.
Q170, lead locomotive, CSXT 5492, clear, Placa, single main, north out.
Amtrak 91, clear, North Barberville, southbound.
Alright, I think we're finally about to get somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, my goodness me. I think we got one. I think that's our last crossing, so we'll get that bell off. Yeah, that's the last one. Clear. That was a nice little tight curve right there. Alright, we'll hit our marker, or our counter for our marker.
We having to spawn date.
What you say?
What are you having to spawn, buddy?
I'm trying to spawn these cars from the pickups from the OC. They're not showing in the place, so I've been having to spawn it. I just got to give it a little more room to spawn it.
It's weird. Is it letting you spawn them? Because I actually spawned those. Myself.
Yeah, they let me spawn it. It's just I probably had my entrance too close to the other cars, so I probably gotta give it a little more room to spawn. But I did like 2 or 3 plants already, and I was able to spawn the cars. With none of the cars for the pickup was there.
I wonder what happened. I wonder if the sim was the 8. You get let me look at something. I may not have them. Or I may.
You can check Ace. I know I gotta pick up that Ace, but I have to do that on the way back, so I didn't look to see if the cars was there or not. But
well, when you get to Rainier, do you have anything to pick up at Rainier?
Yeah, I gotta go tell you. I gotta pick up a lot of cars over there.
Okay, if you get up there and they're not there, let me know. I should be able to spawn them in for you.
All right.
The only thing I could have possibly done was spawned all that stuff in single player.
Ha! That would have been a whole lot of work, Paul.
I did that. I spawned like 70% of Rice Yard. And then I went back into V2 to get more cars, and when I came into V3 there wasn't anything there, and I was like, what the hell?
Alright, I'm not gonna get too crazy with the throttle because we gotta be back down at 25. And almost half a mile and a half.
Mike.
Sent me something?
Yes, you need to watch it. It's important.
Oh. How important is important, though?
Oh, it's important.
Can't be that important. Well. Oh. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he didn't sound too happy about that.
Let me ask you this, Gibbs. What kind of cars am I pulling from here? It's not the same kind of cars that I'm delivering. Just the wood chip hoppers?
No, hang on. Well, give me just a minute.
Because the OC show a different picture than the cars I'm delivering over here.
Track 91, clear, Leon Springs, southbound.
There you go. Them springs. That's that gated community right there. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, all those towns between Satsuma and DeLand. They're all little thumb towns, 3 or 4 houses, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I gotta take a shit, man. Oh my gosh. It just came. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow, what are we gonna do? Because, I mean...
I think the increase of the signal intensity is really cool. You can see it red if it's straight for a couple miles.
Oops. Didn't mean to do that, but I think that might have worked out in our favor, though. Is that an approach down there?
Track 91, approach medium.
So dispatch not online no more, so we're gonna have to check our own shit. We are up here, Rice Creek, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah.
Alright, I'm going AFK for a second, but Gibbs, yeah, I can't spawn this, so just spawn it for me whenever you get a chance.
Let me know when you get back. We'll go down another channel and we'll get all your stuff together.
Let's change that.
Alright.
Change that. Alright, we gotta clear now. Still gotta be at 25.4. Let's see. Damn. How long is it gonna time out? Thank you. Alright, we'll just put it right
track
there.
91, medium approach, north to land, southbound.
Cool. Alright, we got
Four
a clear.
cars back, Samuel. You got something going on there.
Roger, going back to look down.
Has any of you guys ever experienced your power dropping its load randomly?
Not yet.
What unit are you in?
Yeah.
I'm in an SD40.
It's probably transitioning at 25 mile an hour. Do you hear like clicking? You hear the relays clicking when it does
is that what it does? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they added the relay clicks so when it transitions.
Yeah, it threw me for a loop once too.
I was trying to look. I was like, my traction motors cutting themselves out? I was so confused.
Tip jar, you want to just let both of us pass? I'm only 1 block behind him. Or 2 blocks.
What's that, boss man?
You want to let both of us pass? I'm only like 2 blocks behind him.
Are you a high priority train than I am?
It makes no difference. That's completely out the window. I am, but it doesn't matter. But you're going to have to meet us somewhere. There's 2 trains coming.
No, he's going the same way you're going.
Oh,
yeah.
You're going north. Gotcha.
Yeah. That's why you confused me.
I'm the local that's got to come south.
2045, 9656, medium clear, north leg wide, south out.
So,
All right,
Chris,
Kristen.
you seem to know more about these SC40s because we don't have a whole lot of them on CP. Why is there a transition?
Changes
Alrighty,
the load.
fellas.
Changes the load to the traction car.
Alright, have a good night.
Yeah, it is.
They just need to add it so it's actually a hot wheel instead of a hot box. I mean, unless on CSX, if a drain brake is considered a hot box, but CP is a hot wheel.
I mean, that's what the detector's going to pick it up as.
Yeah, detector pick it up as a hot box, even though it's a hot wheel. It just knows something there's hot.
Oh,
Doesn't
really?
know if it's,
That's
it doesn't
weird.
know if it's rubber
Ours
band
tell me.
or.
Yeah, ours can tell the difference.
Oh, that's cool. Ours aren't that sophisticated. I've been on those jobs a million times. I can't ever get one of them. Sit in that little house and watch trains go by. They won't give me one of those jobs.
And there's a guy at Perryville every night, Paul, that watches the trains that go out on the corridor, and he says they're good or not good. He just doesn't roll by for 7 or 8 trains, and then he's done. But he works all night.
Perryville?
Yep.
Car inspector, Minnick over.
Car inspector Minnick.
Oh, that's that guy. Okay.
He's been there forever, Connor. It's a different guy. Roger was the guy that we knew. We went in there and hung out with him all the time.
They need to bring back the daylight coal trains again. With Amtrak being so slow.
Alright, good for the 45.
He was up there one night. I'm about ready to date myself, guys, but he says, this coal train has 2 of those new wide cabs on it.
Go for 70.
I just realized that the AEI readers outside of the yards actually work and upload to the website too, to the OC.
Yeah, where is it on the OC?
It's right underneath your train information. It's like recent detector reports, and then you can look it up. It shows what picked it up and then what. I was wondering what you guys were yelling about. I got override network time on.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah. It's in the it's in the date and time
Cool.
setting. It's right at the bottom. Override network time.
Awesome.
So when's Run 8 putting in the new markers that are smaller so I don't have to carry this big thing?
I understand your pain on that.
I was in the yard last night and we had our old marker that we've been using, and I look at one of the tracks and there's a marker sitting there and it's a brand new one. I'm like, yeah, no, that one's mine now.
User left your channel. User was moved out of your channel.
Q045, 9656.
We are definitely moving along, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are. Shut up. My gosh.
Is that guy in front of me in AI? 5224?
Must be, because I'm 5492. We are definitely doing the dash. I'm loving it.
That's still one thing they didn't fix. I hate when, if the train stopped and you cut away from it, it technically doesn't dump out, even if the angle cock's open.
I thought it did actually.
No, it still doesn't do that.
Oh, okay.
Just open the hoses between the engine, whatever you're cutting away from after you close the angle cock. That solves that problem.
Yeah.
CSX, equipment defect detector, milepost 688.6.
Hopefully we won't get hit by the defect detector again. That'll be terrible, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean terrible.
How do you want me to do this? You want me to hold at Satsuma, or?
No, you can just keep coming.
Okay, here we go. Clint, phenomenal.
I walked away for a couple minutes, came back. It's the middle of the day now.
Well, if we could just get Paul to turn the lights back off, we'll be good.
CSX, equipment defect detector, milepost 688.6. No defects. Repeat, no defects.
296.
Turning axle 296. End of transmission.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Good axle, no defects. There we go, clear.
Go off, it'll blink at you for a couple seconds, and then it'll make noise if you don't reset it.
Alright.
Let's open our window for our friend. I like that transition.
It'll do the same thing on the Jivas and the Aces. It'll flash on the screen, and then it'll make noise if you don't reset.
Oh, when did it go to daylight?
He's so lazy.
Where's my large automobile?
How did I get here?
What day is it?
That's what I ask myself every day.
Yeah.
The official question of railroaders everywhere. What day is it?
Wait, there's days?
Might
What's
have
a
to
day?
fly up and see what's going on with that Q441 at Soul Light. He's got a light, but he ain't moving.
Alright, it's starting to get
Another
towards
thing I hope they
nighttime, ladies and
update
gentlemen.
is the
So
headlights, because sometimes I like running with the back headlight up on, but it shines right through the car, and it's kind of annoying.
yeah, I know what you mean. That's why I don't cut it on at night.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was in there.
And dark.
It's dark.
Oh god.
Much better. Can't see now.
And there goes the rain, ladies and gentlemen.
Jason. I don't know. The only thing that's out there that's going to get us is that local. Which Clint said he's just going to stay in there.
Because it looks like somebody lined me to go into the siding.
Which I had nothing to do with. That's what I was asking. I was saying the train in front of me, which is you, is going into the siding. I actually thought there was an AI between me and you.
He's beyond Pecan.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, Tip Jar, you're way beyond Pecan.
Am I?
You're behind an AI that's going into Pecan. You're going past.
Oh my goodness!
No,
don't pay attention to me.
You already passed Clint. I thought that was the
Yeah,
case.
I'm trying to get used to these. Never mind. Don't mind me.
Yeah, and there's actually nothing coming south out of Jacksonville, so you can clear up those signals past Yukon too.
That's good because I'd like to get to the ramp at some point tonight.
How long you been running for?
I think I got on around 1:30.
Oh wow.
I spent the first 4 or 5 hours getting dizzy working Jack's ramp.
Same.
And then I said, well, I'd like to run a northbound, and I'm glad I did because it ended up being some drama, and that was fun.
Jason, I don't know if I've ever seen the ramp turn over cars that fast on the pad like that.
I like it, Chris. I like it a lot. I like the fact that people like to work there.
Like I pulled the pad this morning, and then another
I pulled
came
it
in,
in the middle.
and
Yeah.
it was just constantly rotated out all day long.
That's what I said. I wonder how did we flip the server yet, Chris, completely?
Gotta be close.
It has to be, because Taft was empty.
Yeah, I brought the interval in the tap the other day.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Are you in the 7371?
I am. I am.
So, do the avatar tags not show up anymore?
I don't know. I don't know if it shows up in the cab or not.
Yeah, I don't think it does. It does. You gotta turn it on. Let me find what the press is. I can't remember what it was.
Control, I think it's right, left control F8, I think.
Did I think I did just blow
Can
across.
you see me over here, Jason? Look to your left.
I knew somebody going on. I just didn't know who it was.
Avatar tags is left alt F8. I had to turn that on too.
Oh, I like the fact that you can put a flag in the coupler in the day and put a flare in it at night.
Yep. 2045 9656 stops in location, Seminole, Mexico.
Okay, that worked.
That brings up some hotkey for NVIDIA for me.
Yeah, same.
So I'm not even gonna worry about it. You ride with me, Mike?
Yeah.
Roger that.
Hey, Izzy, there's no dispatcher anymore, so you have to line your own lights.
Yeah.
Alright, Roger.
Just be mindful of people that are coming the opposite direction of you.
You got it.
Hey, Paul.
But, probably
Alright, we are
work.
good for the 70 again. Let's see if we can get up to it. In the
Let me
rain.
ask you, let me ask a question. I keep spawning on the AI stand and it keeps disappearing. Is somebody deleting that or is it just deleting itself?
Is it too long to the track? Is the rear end hanging
No,
out?
actually, it's a power move. I wanted to see that.
Clear.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, that
you
power
wanted the
move
power move.
is probably a coal train because the AI spawn's messed up.
Yeah, well, it says power move, but it spawns.
Equipment defects detector.
Somebody's deleting it.
670.2.
I got rid of the one that just spawned because it was power only. I didn't realize you wanted it.
Okay, alright, well, as long as you, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Because Chris said about them not spawning correctly.
Yeah,
No,
while it's coal trains were just light power. Yeah, because I passed I was waiting at the land and there was a set of 6 engines that came up light and it was a coal train symbol.
Equipment defect.
Alright, I'm out of here for the night. Y'all have a good one.
670.2. No defects.
91,
Repeat.
clear.
No defects. Total axle 296. End of transmission.
Clear. That's a good ass count. No defects.
I lied to you, Tip Jar. You do have one coming out of Jacksonville.
Okay, that's Roger. We'll look out for him.
That QO45 just pulling out of Seminole Connection now.
Alrighty. So I'll probably see him around St. John's or so.
Yeah, that's where I'm supposed to be stopped.
Alright. We gotta be at 60 in 1 mile. So we'll mind our speed.
Track 91 clear, South Benton Junction, single track southbound.
This area from Satsuma to Boswick I really like. This is probably my favorite part of the railroad.
Have you found the speed? The only one I found so far is the speed change there at Duroc, or what's it called?
During the straightaway.
Yeah, it's right, Pat. It's right at the end of the going north.
Gotcha.
Right at the end of the crossing there at Duroc.
Yep.
There's a 45 there now.
Okay, that's cool.
Interesting. Wonder if I just broke something. Oh, now it stopped. My engine was pink for a second and then it turned back to yellow.
Radnor or Louisville?
He's saying a Radnor.
And there is
I thought
Louisville.
you were still talking about Louisville.
Oh, gotcha.
It's the Kentucky truck plant out at LaGrange.
Oh my god, the snack action.
Plant there right across from the yard.
I feel like that was a run-in
They
right
bring
there.
cars over when they couldn't sell the cars fast enough. They would bring them over and park them over in the yard.
How about that?
Yeah, get off-duty Louisville Metro police officers to come and sell
Watch
some
them.
cars.
Yeah, gotcha. That's cool. That is pretty cool.
There's tons of them over there right now.
Which two cars do they make?
I don't know what they make now, but used to they made the Explorer and the Explorer, the Sport Track. I don't know what they make there now.
Yeah, the Sport Track was one other looking truck.
Yeah, and then GE has a big plant out there as well that we used to work. I don't know if they're working now. I've not been there in years, but
What do they do?
It's where they make washers and dryers, and
Oh,
toasters.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Where exactly did you say you saw that it gives you your detector reports?
I couldn't
Should be
find
on your
it
trip
either.
page.
I couldn't find it either, Christian. It's not on the intermodal page.
No,
It's on yours.
It's on your dashboard down toward the bottom.
Is it only for road trains and stuff? Because I'm on my local and I went through a
Yeah,
couple
it's
of
only
detectors.
it's only rail trains as far as I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Paul, look at my dashboard. There's nothing on there.
Well, mine doesn't know. It's not. Whether you're on an intermodal, it may not show on the intermodals either. He's just starting to implement it, so it may not be there yet.
Give $100 to someone who can tell me how to read this fucking dispatch report.
No one.
+1. Did you hear me earlier ask Chris, can you talk to me like I'm stupid?
Well, then I gotta be in a vegetative state because I don't understand this board at all.
So tab brings you in and out to the focus. And then there's 2 routes.
And that's how you have 3 between them.
Exactly. Yep, exactly.
Took me forever to figure that out.
Same here. But once you're tabbed in, Chris, it doesn't tell you you are, so you have to tab back out again.
And I'm like up here trying to line myself toward the receiving yard, and I line myself toward South Y, and then it like brings me toward like A3 and A2. I mean, I'm really confused on where the hell I'm at.
There's a little box that takes you out around the Y, but it's actually on that Jessup sub. It's part of that Jessup sub map, which is a little box. It's a pretty little box up there in the corner, guys.
No, I mean not that.
Alright, Pop Ross.
I mean down here at Waycross itself.
Are you Q602?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got yourself lined up to the south Y. So if you look up, right above you is basically where you're going to be coming in. Now, where you're coming in, I don't know exactly where.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, never mind. It'll be J1. Yeah, okay, J1 and J3. So J3 is the south Waycross, and then J1 should be your south Y.
Yeah.
So when you look up top, you'll see J1. That's where you're coming in right now. So you'll be coming in A2. So then A2, and then, I mean, I'm on the leads right now because I'm pretty proud of the shot, but that's where you should be.
So, holy shit. So you come in. No, because at the bottom row you're going right to left, and then so you're saying when I get to like Nichols Street, now I'm going left to right.
Left to right.
Yeah, it's terrible.
What was Jason thinking when he put this together? Because this is incomprehensible.
I don't know.
Yeah, I missed the old maps on.
There's no instructions about the tab in and tab out, so when I'm doing it, I'm thinking, what the F is going on? I said I had the same route you did. Exactly, where did they go?
Then I like how it says, warning, these numbers are reversed on the Waycross terminal page. So if you're already not totally confused, you will be absolutely completely confused when you read Waycross terminal.
Like I said earlier, there was a bunch of guys on. I literally said, talk to me about this dispatcher board like I'm stupid, because I couldn't figure it out either.
I sat down for 10 minutes the other day trying to figure out how to get myself lined off of Bowen to go on south.
How long's your train, Chris?
Like 4,100 feet, 4,145.
Okay, I got you lined up for RO2.
How are you, Justice?
Good, how are you, Jason?
I haven't seen you in a long time.
Been a while.
I'm the same, bud. No different. No worse, no better.
Right on. Right on. Better than being worse.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what'd you line me in for, too?
Should be RO2.
Okay, alright, I'm all lined up then.
I'm just double checking right now. Give me 2 seconds.
We got a dispatcher now?
Yeah, negative.
Yeah, it's Justice's dog.
Yeah.
The dog is the dispatcher?
That's Roger. Did your wife come back, Justice, or is she still furloughed?
No, she came back. She's
Good,
actually
good.
She's on light duties now because
Okay.
she's pregnant.
Oh, congratulations, buddy. Yeah. That's a big deal, Justice. Should have lived with that.
Yeah, no, she's due at the end of May.
That's awesome.
Oh,
man.
your world's fixing to
Yeah,
change.
exactly. You'll be a
Hey, it was
completely
nice
different person,
knowing you.
Justice.
Yeah,
Completely
I know,
different
I
person.
know.
Stick with them yard jobs.
What do they do with a conductor on light duty, Justice?
She's just driving the mobile, so just driving crews around the yard right now.
Gotcha.
So like a U-man?
More like a jitney. Like a crew van inside.
Oh,
within
okay.
The terminal.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, so jitney driver, okay.
But because she's not, and normally that's what like injury, like people that are off injury, that's normally what they do. But because she's not on injury, pregnancy falls under a different thing, so she actually gets paid the spare board guarantee because that's what she was
wow,
on. So she gets
okay.
paid what any spare board employee doing conductor work would get paid for only working like 8 hours a day driving a truck around.
Yeah, because choosing to extend your family shouldn't be something they penalize you for.
They have, and we just got the end of it where they're actually going to be the spare board guarantee. It's just stupid and making more money now.
Gotcha. How long do they give her off for the baby? Is it reasonable?
I think it goes by the government of Canada, so I think it's a year for maternity leave.
Yeah, how about
And then it's
that?
another 6 months for parental leave.
Okay,
Oh my
then.
goodness.
That's freaking awesome.
A year maternity leave?
Justice,
Yeah.
we have nothing.
Wow.
It's like 4 months here.
And because, so like, I can take parental leave. So
I was
can
gonna
take
ask
2 months. I can take 2 months off, and
Yeah.
that takes away from her 6 months. So she would only get 4 months of parental, and then I would get 2 months of parental. So I'm taking that during Christmas.
That's cool. So they really give you a chance to know the baby. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then CP, apparently there's a thing, couldn't really find it, we're still looking. Apparently CP does a top-up.
Yeah,
so
right.
Terrible.
So they're still going to match her conductor rate. I see what you're saying.
I know it's not going to match the conductor rate, but they just do a top-up. So they just kind of give it an increase. So instead of like 55% of your wage, it's more like they bump it up. I think it's like 75 or 80% of what you would make.
Good.
You got here a lot quicker than I thought you would. I'll shove back into Longwood and let you go.
Alright.
I'm not that far from it.
That's some cool stuff right there, Justice.
Yes, keeping me busy.
When you do her baby shower, make sure you do a registry so you don't get 5 crock pots.
No, her mom's apparently doing it all. She's already got the Amazon registry and everything like that. So.
Because those double gifts, they are a pain. I had to give away crock pots until I was blue in the face.
Oh, really?
I must have got 9 of them, Justice. What am I gonna do with 9 brand new crock
I'll
pots?
make sure to tell her not to put crock pots on the registry.
You only need 1.
See if you can get a baby registry for like Rapido or Athens or something.
There you go. I need a good
Man, that Rapido stuff coming out of your Canada is just amazing, Justice. They're just doing amazing stuff.
Like see if you can get the Royal Hudsons for your kid.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, whoa. Those would be for me.
One for each of you. Do it that way. And you can run them double header.
You know what's gonna happen because Sarah and I are both conductors, and I mean I'll be going for engineering here soon. Our kid's gonna hate trains.
Yeah. He or she's gonna hear you complaining about it all the time, Justice.
It's actually a she. We just put the tender on the 19th.
So you do know what it is.
According to what the text said, yes, it's a she.
Okay, there you go. They're usually pretty good at finding those 2 different differences.
That's the one without the penis, right?
Yeah, they can usually.
Yeah.
Chris, they can usually find the penis, or lack thereof, if it's a girl.
Yeah, that's what ours did. I didn't really understand it, but
She said, "Do you see this thing here? That's because our first one was a boy. See this thing here? That's a penis." And I said, "Really?"
Track 91, approach Northwood. What's happening?
What do they say?
Need to slow our
Whatever
roll.
they say.
I think I was shaking so bad at the ultrasound, I don't remember much about it.
Were you nervous, Chris?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I'll bet.
When we had her,
CSX.
and my wife got pregnant the first time, we were over.
651.1.
All that good stuff, and I'm sitting in here one night, and she just happens to say, "What if we go to the ultrasound tomorrow and the baby doesn't have a heartbeat?" I was like, "Mom, why would you say something like that?"
Yeah.
That thought never crossed my mind, and sure enough, that happened.
That's all I wanted the tech to say.
Both
That
of them.
everything looked good. That's the one thing I was scared about.
Well, Paul, how did she answer that?
Both of them, well, I didn't answer. I was like, "Why would you say something like that?"
No,
I never
did she
thought
say
that.
why? Did she say why she said that?
No,
Interesting.
no, but she knew. Both of our children are rainbow babies. Meaning that, I don't know if you know what that means. It means you had a miscarriage between, you had a miscarriage, then had a baby.
Yep, we had the same thing. We had the same thing.
Oh, okay.
We lost one in between, Paul.
Yeah, we lost two.
And they say it's pretty common.
Yeah.
I know.
Don't suck.
There was one before me. I guess that makes me a rainbow baby, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that either. If you lose a baby and then have one that you have, it's called a rainbow baby.
651.1. No defects. Repeat, no defects. Total
Yeah, I just been setting up
axle
your,
296.
meat for you, so
End
I'm
of
coming, buddy.
transmission.
This is tough because it's only 25 through here.
Yeah. Well, I got everything lined up pretty much for you to meet
Cool.
the QO45 at Salt Lake.
Yeah, I'd like to go all the way if it doesn't end up being 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, Paul, you think you're gonna make it back to Rand's tonight?
I do, yeah.
Alright, when you get back up here, I guess bring everything in, are you picking up any loads?
Yeah.
Alright, when you get back up here, bring it in for 3. North end spot, leave room for 1 engine. We'll put that bad order locomotive on that.
Alright, put them on 3.
Right.
Yeah, I think I have 16. Chris.
Maybe she was scared, Paul.
Yeah, she's just that way. She just thinks that way, and that thought never crossed my mind. And she's like, "What if?" And I was like, why would you say? I didn't even think of that. So then, obviously, instantly, I go bonkers, nervous.
You get that I'm gonna throw up feeling in your stomach.
Because I was like, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a thought. And dang on, sure enough, we're going there and sit down, and that's the deal.
Well, my first one, I couldn't even be there because I was not on good terms with the mother. So the second one, my boy, was really cool because I got to watch it all. And talk about emotional, Paul. It changes you.
Oh man, and I'll tell you what, and something else it does is like my wife. I love my wife, obviously.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't have married her. And when we had the baby, the love that I had for her changed tremendously. It was completely different. The way I felt about her was completely different.
Almost like there's a connection.
Yeah, she's the
I
mother
hear
of
what
my
you're
child.
saying. Yeah, I got you.
It's just unreal. And now I've got two beautiful got one, my little girl, she's going to be just absolutely rotten.
I thought you had one of each.
Yeah, my little boy, he's awesome. My little girl, she's going to be rotten. And fortunately,
like
when
trains?
I'm off work, I get to spend a lot of time with him.
You think he's
So
gonna like
that's pretty
trains?
He's not yet, but I'm hoping that he does. He's into superheroes right now.
2045 9656. Stop signal increasing. Take on South Top.
Alright, guys. Have a good night. Catch you next time.
See you, Jess.
User disconnected from your channel.
Did you all say we didn't have a good fight or not?
No, we don't.
Alright, if it's alright with you guys, I'm gonna want to take it as far as Yukon and Siren.
Should be a problem.
Q170, Lead Locomotive, CSXT 5492, got an all stop signal. St. John's, single main, north out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fix that yourself.
Roger.
His wife got furloughed, Paul, for a long time, but he didn't, which was really weird. And it makes me wonder if they didn't want to take income away from both family members.
I don't think they care about that.
That's what I started saying. I don't think that. I mean, that's all right. It's a good way to look at it, a good thought, but
yeah,
the way they are, I don't know how about CP, but definitely know the way CSX is. They give a shit if you live in a tent. They don't care.
Yeah, gotcha. What do you think about this attendance policy with BNSF, Paul?
You know, it's not a whole lot different than CSX's.
Yeah.
You know, they're throwing a big major fit, but ours isn't a whole lot different than that.
Well, I think theirs is even better because we got to go, what, 3 months? So.
I was talking to somebody else on one of those forums they were talking about, and I got them to explain it to me, and I was like, well, that's better than ours because we have to go longer. You know, if they work so many days, they get points back. We have to go quite a while.
I think it's like
one back.
I think it's like 3 months, something like that.
At Firestone, Paul, I got a percentage of a day for every hour that I worked, and that was really cool.
That's the way Erica is. She gets
0.25 or 0.15 or something like that. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what it is, but that's the way Erica's stuff is. She gets like for vacation or PTO they call it.
Yeah.
Time off.
It's
she gets so much time off. Yeah. So much time off her day she works or something like that. Yeah.
And then Verizon was a number of years.
Really?
So I had to be there for 5 years before I got an increase. And then I left just before my 10, Paul, I would have got another week.
Yeah, I had 4 weeks vacation. I made it to 4 weeks. And then at 25 years, you get 5 weeks.
Yeah, gotcha. Firestone was neat because they encouraged you to take them, Paul. Like they told the store manager that you got to give your employees time off.
They gave me 10 days off paid for the critical incident that I had.
Gotcha. For like time to process that or something?
I guess. I mean,
yeah.
I just took it. I mean, I could have went back to work the same day, but I just took it. I was surprised they paid the whole entire 10 days.
Getting paid, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, me specifically, I don't like sitting around too much. I have to be moving at some point.
Yeah, that's why I said I wouldn't have minded if I would have went back in.
I think it's cool that some of these companies are starting to take care of the father, and they're realizing that both parents need to be there. That's cool.
Well, let me tell you something. The hospital don't give a shit about
Right, yeah, you're right. I hear
whenever you're in the hospital, whenever you're at the hospital with the mother, they don't care what, you know, and honest, I'm not trying to take away from the mother side of that at all.
Right.
But, you know, here I'm with Erica, we're in the hospital, and they give me this little old shitty cop to lay on. You know, I'm there too. This is an experience for me as well, and obviously, you know, and I don't mean this for this to sound weird, funny, you know, she's the one going through the pain, and it's unbearable, yada, 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 but it's an experience for me as well. Or an experience for the father as well. I mean, he's excited, he's nervous, he's all these things, and they don't take care of the father like they did do the mother.
That's what my girlfriend tells me a lot about. She's
Hey, Tikar, get on the
she hears a lot
robot.
about that.
That's Roger. Look good. We're still passing by you, good sir.
I didn't hear you, Mike.
I was just saying that's what Caitlin tells me about, because Paul, my girlfriend, works in labor and delivery, so she gets to see a lot of that kind of stuff firsthand.
How does she treat the dad?
Equally.
Good.
Now, wasn't treated poorly, but like, for example, now during COVID, we had our little girl during COVID.
Oh wow,
and,
that was interesting.
It was different. I wasn't allowed to leave the hospital for the first 24 hours
Because you were
there.
quarantined. Yeah.
Right, and but they bring Erica, they bring her food, and they bring her some awesome food. I mean, they bring her some good food, and then they bring me mine, and it's just garbage. And and I can't leave to go get food, but I'm thinking I'm stuck here. Just give me what you're giving her. But they don't, because I'm not the patient, I'm not the priority, I'm not anything. But now the thing that was that we had our little boy, we had him over in Kingsport. Both places we liked. We had our little boy in Kingsport, and I carried him. I had a hold of him, and I walked out into the hallway with him. And you would have thought you would have thought that I created a major sin. Then those nurses was on me like they were all over me, like, you got to take him back to the room, put him in his thing, and he had an ankle bracelet on, and if you get close to the door,
yeah, right.
If you get close to the door will the alarm will go off,
right?
Because they have problems, people trying to steal babies. I was like, I can't believe that that's a thing.
Jeez.
You look at their Q453 marker with a flash.
You talking about me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Roger, I'm the Q045.
Oh, Q045.
No matter who you are, he's trying to tell you your marker's well hung.
That's a Roger.
Roger,
Red is
no, I got
flashing
it.
you.
Hey, Roger, I got it.
Whatever train I pass, you look good there.
Appreciate it. Have a good trip.
Yeah, you too, boss.
Hey, Paul.
Q045-9656, clear, St. John, southbound.
I thought it said Q453, but I guess that's not it.
Once I get onto the double track, you want to keep this Q452 waiting for you? I don't know how much work you got.
Dispatcher's still out duty, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, I do. I'm coming out. I'm coming out right behind you.
All right, he'll stay there.
Thankfully, Del Monte's like right inside the double track, so you don't really have to go that far.
Chris, those Tier 4s that CSX got, do they have radio trucks?
No, I do.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Track 91. Approach medium 782 southbound.
Yeah, and then for the second one, Paul, for my daughter, we invited both mothers to watch, and they both said, Paul, thank you. This was the best gift you could give us. They really enjoyed it.
Well, see, with my little boy, my mother-in-law, our whole family was there because COVID wasn't going on, and my mother-in-law actually ended up in the room because the way it was made, the delivery room was in our actual room. When it came time to deliver,
Yeah, they tear down the bed
came
and
in.
convert it. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
they just
Same
put
deal.
some lights on and go with it. So my mother-in-law was there with me, and my wife, she didn't have an epidural the first one, and that was rough.
Yeah, mine
That
didn't
was
either.
Bad for her, man, because
Yep.
she hurt so bad, and nothing I could do about it. But the second, we couldn't have any family there. It was just us. But for anybody that ever has a child, somebody told me, go into the delivery room, be there, and cut that cord. That's the most amazing feeling you'll ever.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I didn't get the chance to do that.
For my first one, we had her grandmother, my grandmother, my mama, her mama, and me. All in the living room, the living room.
And they were probably ecstatic that you let her watch.
Randy was.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And when she had both of them, I watched, but no, I didn't get down and look right in the barrel. You know, I didn't look right down in the barrel of it. You know, I didn't want to ruin it for me. You know, because now that thing, it stretches to, it ruins it. You know, when I looked down there the first time.
Once you see that head come out, it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's me. I seen the head come out. I looked, well, I didn't look there, but I thought to myself, I said, this son of a bitch is ruined. It never will be the same.
Our first one, Paul, was breech. So they had to go ahead and cut the perineum, which is episiotomy. It's very, very painful.
Oh yeah, they done there because the same way they
cut the perineum,
they cut
which
it
is
so
in
it don't
between the
rip.
two holes. Yeah, exactly.
So it don't rip. Yeah.
Yeah, but she said that was very painful.
Thank God we ain't got to experience that.
Oh yeah.
They don't
know who to give all the pain to.
They don't leave breech babies like that for too long, but he wouldn't turn at all, and they wanted to turn him, but he was too big. He was too old. So they didn't know he was breech, and then they couldn't turn him at that point, so they had to just go ahead and deliver it.
Hey, do you guys know, is there a hotkey to get out of full screen mode?
F4?
There we go. Okay. Yep, that works.
56 clear, Gertz Creek, south out.
Track 91, medium clear. North end double track, southbound.
Alrighty, guys, I'm calling it a night.
Alright, have a good night.
Alright,
Thanks,
Chris.
Later, guys.
User disconnected from your channel.
I actually spent, I think it was either 5 days in the hospital over there. But I was to be honest, those, I don't know if they were like recliners, but they were real comfortable. I was actually comfortable.
Yeah, that's what I had when I was with my wife. She had a really bad infection in her eye, and I was there for 4 days, and they had a really nice chair that tore down into a really nice bed. Exactly what you're describing.
I slept like a baby.
I don't want to say I slept like a baby, but
The worst sleep ever.
Now my little boy, he had what they call second nut syndrome.
Oh yeah.
And that is man, and what it is, the nurses explained it to us and told us that it was a possibility. That what happens is the first night he slept like a rock. I mean he slept well. But what happens is the second night he realizes he's not in the womb anymore and things are new to him and he's in a different world. And poor little fella never slept and he cried forever.
Oh my gosh.
Finally, one of the nurses came and got him and took him to the nursery and just so he couldn't sleep.
My fiance, she wasn't having it. She don't believe in letting the baby disappear out her eyes. Like
that becomes a lot of work, bud. A lot of work.
Yeah, that's Now, my wife's the same way. It took her forever for my little boy to be able to go down on his grandparents. I mean, he's 3. Here just in the last 8 months or so, he wasn't allowed to go. She was the same way. But we were just she was, I shouldn't say we, because I didn't do anything but lay there and play on my phone. But she was just wore out. And, she had a long labor. She was in labor for like 8 hours. She was just wore out. So she needed some rest. Yeah, something like that. Maybe a little longer, but she was there for a while.
That's not too long. Mine was in labor for the first one, I think 26 hours, and the next one was like 23 hours.
Both big babies? Both big babies?
I mean, not really. Like, both of them, I think one of them was like 7'4", 7'5", something like that. And the other one was like 6'13". They were like 20 inches long, one was like 24 inches long, 22 inches long, something like that. 2 girls.
Well, imagine going to the store and buying one of everything, and then finding out that you're having twins.
Right.
Yeah. So they had to go out and like put stuff on credit cards because they had no idea that both of us were coming. Financially, they were totally unprepared.
What, when you were born?
They didn't know we were twins, Paul.
That's the way I was. They didn't have ultrasounds when we were born.
They did them, but very rarely. Paul, are you saying that I'm old?
Well, how old are you, Jason?
I'm 47.
Yeah, I started saying you're not much older than I am.
Yeah, I'm older than you are. I know that, but I'm 48.
Yeah, a few years older than I am. I'm 42, 43. So
I thought we were about the same age.
Saying you're old, we're both old. Older.
You better be lucky your brother didn't eat you in the womb.
Yeah, the difference is, Paul, man, and it's funny you say that because that's normally what happens. He did take all my nutrients, and I had all kinds of health problems as a result because he did take all my nutrients, but didn't kill me, which is very interesting.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. I got a cousin who she was having twins, and all of a sudden the other baby was gone.
We had a DPU error.
They say the other baby ate him.
Yep. Absorb is what they call it.
Yeah, well, that's the word they use.
I like watching Grey's Anatomy because of the, yeah, I love watching Grey's Anatomy because of the surgery part of it, and that's actually something that they talk about that happens there quite frequently. Is the one twin will get all of the blood supply, like they get all the nutrients and blood supply.
Yeah,
and they have to go in and do surgery to correct that. But they've got that technology now.
Yeah.
Where when we were born, it wasn't there.
Are you and your brother identical twins, or
we're about as fraternal as it gets, guys. It's interesting. There's probably about 4,000 of us, but I'm one of those twins that wasn't supposed to be, which you already heard me say. They couldn't hear my brother's heartbeat, so they gave my mother birth control, and a second egg was released a month later. A month. So there were 2 completely separate placentas, 2 completely separate afterbirths, 2 completely separate eggs.
What?
Yep.
Wait, so you say you were born a month later?
Correct. I was conceived a month later because, like I said, they couldn't hear my brother's heartbeat, and they said, we're going to try this birth control, or take you off the birth control, put him on a pill that would release an egg. So then that forced her body to release the second egg, and that's where I came from.
That's crazy.
It's very rare. So I shouldn't even be here, guys.
Good robot, Jason.
Oh, same here.
Thank you, Clint. You look good as well.
I shouldn't either.
And listen, Paul, I was really...
Ladies and gosh darn gentlemen, the rain has finally stopped. My goodness me. It has finally stopped.
Alright, fellas, I'm out of here. Have a good night.
You too.
You have a good one.
See ya.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no problem. I already put this train as for recrew in the OC, so it should be all set.
Is that Clint?
No, that was Izzy.
Oh, Izzy. Good job, Izzy. You did a really good job tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I got off a little rocky start, but I had a little fun tonight.
What'd you think of hanging out with some of the veterans?
I mean, to be honest, that's what I was looking forward to.
Yeah, there's 5 or 6 of us that have been on here since the beginning. I've known Paul for 12 years.
You see, I didn't even know this game was even a game until I started watching Chris stream.
Yep. Can you believe that, Paul? I've known you 12 years.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I love trains. I've been loving trains since I was a little kid. I used to make my mom sit down and watch it at the crossings.
Right
This
there
sure-
with you.
This sure does make you understand the real ones.
Right.
And more now so than before, even. There's constantly problems. Constantly.
Yeah, I never thought in a million years I'd be railroad.
Me either. I remember I was small when I was a kid. I used to go put the railroad, the train tracks, train rocks on top of the rail. You watch the train.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, guys, my uncle was a tower operator, so I didn't know anything else other than trains. And I would spend whole shifts down there with him at the tower. And just saw some really cool stuff.
Paoli?
Paoli.
Bored in it.
Paoli, correct.
Paoli's still around, right?
It is one of the last towers on the Harrisburg line. There are only 3
That
left.
Overbrook. That Overbrook
and Thorndale.
Thorndale,
Yep,
right?
and Thorndale, exactly.
Hey,
They're the last 3. And I think Thorndale will probably be the last one to go because they have to turn all those SEPTA trains, Connor. And there's a lot of them they have to turn.
I never realized for the longest time those were still manually controlled there.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is, especially Overbrook. I guess Overbrook controls a couple. But...
Well, and Park has that new interlocking that goes into the...
Alright, gang. I passed
You
up
start
Jack's
at
ramp,
75% and they wanna go
so I
in because
delete
they
the
don't
train,
give them
man.
25.
I delete the train because I passed up Jack's ramp. So
That's
Well,
just
you hire you to fire you.
Exactly.
I heard BN's the same way.
Yeah, it's like every railroad. They hire you to fire you. The managers, they look to fire you their whole career. That's their job.